Welcome everybody to tonight's episode of D&D. I'm gonna take the hood off. I can't. I was gonna do the whole cultist thing. I can't do it.
You are weak.
Well, welcome to tonight's episode of Nat One Network, everybody. Please make sure that you're unmuted. If you could please so kindly do so. Looking forward to tonight's episode. We are finally on episode 20. Episode 20, the big 2-0. One more episode, and this show can legally drink in the United States.
Oh, nice.
Nice, really nice, yes. It's crazy to think that we're almost at a half a year, 6 months in six more episodes. So with that being said, I'm going to have everybody kind of introduce yourselves tonight. If you have any house stuff you want to bring to the fold, if you have anything you want to talk about real quick before we get started, we could do that. But we'll start with Josh. Who are you playing? Who's your character?
Well, I play a human by the name of Lokilani Ocean Reaper. He is a blood hunter. Essentially, the blood hunter class is kind of like a fighter warlock. Basically is able to do warlock spells, not so much, and then also is able to use like those things like extra attack once you level up and other cool features. But my character in particular is a member of the Madrove clan, and he is basically not only on the run from the Semet warriors that have invaded his land, but also he is looking for revenge against the Semet warriors for alleged happenings from his past.
Very, very cool. Which we saw a couple of those in some of the previous episodes. And then to your left, my right, we have Miss Carla.
Me. Well, so I'm Carla. I play Danan from the Feywild. She is an Eladrin, and she is a sorceress. What is the class?
Feyborn sorcerer.
Sorcerer, and that's a class thingy that we created for this stream in particular, and because we thought it would be cool just to incorporate elements of wild magic into a kind of like druid subclass.
More
so
like a Fey theme.
Yeah. So we thought that it was going to be cool, and it's kind of fitting so far.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty well so far. Mm-hmm. And then down below me, the man with the hood right here.
I'm Cal. I'm an ex-warrior of the Seyden tribe in the land of Ether. I'm a half-elf Horizon Walker Ranger, and I was trained in the old ways, how to track, hunt, and kill. Though I'm not much for the last bit, I would rather catch a few jollies with mischief than send someone 6 feet under. A week before the war started, I got stuck in a magical valley, guarded by a water spirit, which cost me 5 years of my life, or rather, of everyone else's. Time seemed to slip in that place, and since it had been so long, I'm not sure whether the love of my life is still alive. While I search for her, I've resigned myself to the laborious task of finding the right material to create the coolest cape in existence. #CapeQuest. So cool. Toneyard Hawkman, professional plank glider. Yes, it's canon to the story now. Will ollie out of the sky just to give me a radical high five. CapeQuest. #CapeQuest.
Cave Quest. And then to your left, I guess, and again my right, the man with the staff.
The other guy.
The last but certainly not least is can I introduce myself that way? Jericho Fayward. So I'm a high elf artificer who was from the future or another timeline. That remains to be seen. But I'm kind of out of time. Spent a lot of time in the Feywild, and it's kind of scrambled my brain a little bit. So I do remember a decent amount of my where I came from, but it's definitely my time in the Feywild has kind of corrupted that. I do know that I want to get back and see my family, and I think that this lovable bunch of rascals is probably my one-way ticket to get back home.
All right. With that being said, I think it's a good time to start tonight's episode. If you are watching, something that we would really greatly appreciate is that you hit that subscribe button, smash maybe we could be doing this backwards or out of order. Something with subscribe, something with the like button, something with a bell. I don't know why there's so many things to hit, but hit them all. Go bing, bing, bop, bop, beep, boop. I don't really care. Just do it all. We greatly appreciate it. I do have some big news. Stay tuned to our channel for tomorrow. We have a very big announcement to make for our main channel here, which is Mainframe Comic-Con. We have a Black Friday special event that we're going to be hosting. Without giving away too much information, it has to do with a bat and a cat and maybe a hat. But we'll just leave it at that. Oh, that rhymed. That rhymed. The ending actually rhymed. We'll just leave it at that. That was great.
Man's got bars.
I'm a real life.
Like I'm in the Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah,
All of a
it has to
sudden.
do the bat and a cat and a hat, and we'll just leave it at that. All right, perfect.
Live on the earth, which is flat.
All right. So we are going to start tonight's episode of Nat One Network. Here we go. All right.
That song always.
Just really hit the spot. From the Journal of Brawl, who is not with us today, but will be with us next week, maybe, depending on how tonight goes. We'll see. On last week's episode of Nat One Network.
Are you not going to try to do his voice?
I'm going to try.
Last week.
Those are really big.
All right, yeah, I can't really, but
Start with just saying, I'm Brotho Strongheart.
Let's see.
Brotho Strongheart.
It's pretty decent.
We packed up camp in the early morn, so as not to alert Zitnik and Barnaby. The fire was out, tents were still up, and we detected no movement, so I felt secure in our departure. Something seemed off about Lox. I wondered, is he okay? Shortly after getting on the road and heading toward Aheem, I spotted a small path off the main road that looked as if it had been cut through the dense brush. I let my curiosity get the best of me and took a few steps down the path before spotting a little rabbit. I offered him a piece of food and struck up a conversation with him to see if I could find out anything about who or what had been through these woodlands as of late. The little guy told me someone had just come by hacking their way through. In fact, I returned the group to inform them of what I just learned, which led to a conversation about the mating habits of rabbits. Everyone seemed quite surprised that I took an inquisitive interest in watching animals fuck. Civilized folk can be strange sometimes. The more power we accumulate, the more depraved we tend to become in our sexual desires. Yet the idea of observing nature go through the circle of life seems to be taboo. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever feel at home anywhere but the boundless wilds and woodlands. Loki and the gang investigated the side path after Cal let us know we detected some dark energy nearby. I started walking. Maybe the being responsible for carving the path was also responsible for darkness, Cal sensed. Or maybe he was escaping one danger only to run right into another. Something pulled at me to find out, much to my dismay, of the rest. I made it a ways down before my little rabbit friend popped out from the woods and nudged me around the next corner, letting me know the individual I was looking for was close. Lox jumped into the trees to get better view and spotted our target, a large, round man with a single braid of hair sprouting from a bald head and hanging down the length of his back, hacking away at the brush with a large machete. The man introduced himself as Thump and claimed to be a refugee from a drove looking for refuge, hence him being a refugee. Thump informed us the Semet followers had rounded everyone up in the Madrove city center and departed with them on their ships. After making introductions, which involved quite a few sweeping judgments of the man we just met based on a small snippet of his life he divulged to us, civilized folk. We continued down the path as it seemed to open up to another path, except this one appeared to have been carved by a beast and not man. After following the beast-made path, we reached yet another long, dense, thorny wall of brush. I looked down the trail, and noticed the green fade to a deathly gray. When I swore I heard someone cry out for help, I rushed off into the direction of the cry for help, but Cal yelled after me before throwing a net over me, bringing me to the ground. Cal tried to talk some sense into me to stop me from rushing headlong into danger while Lox made off in the direction of the cries for help. I guess no net is needed for Lox. After coming to my senses, we caught up to Lox and found ourselves in a large clearing with a big stone in the middle and various hostile blights around the edge. We soon discovered the source of the cries for help, a magical sword embedded in a blight near the center of the clearing. I knew this path would lead to something interesting. It sure did. We made quick work of the blights and investigated the large boulder in the middle and found a passage leading underground. It had been a long time since I was fascinated by stone work like this. What I saw this day, and my curiosity could not relent. There were hieroglyphics, at least 400 years old, along the passage walls, describing a paladin of legend by the name of Jocelyn. There were a series of pictograms further down the passage that seemed to illustrate a trial the paladin embarked on, invoking the sacrifice of her love and herself in order to save the place where she came from. Past the statues, we found a door with a stone guard on either side. I pressed gently on the door, and it seemed to open with ease. Upon entering, I was met with a thick fog and a few flying orbs of light. Immediately, one orb moved to clear the fog, which illuminated the ground to reveal some strange bubbling liquid. Everyone seemed to get cold feet at this point and started walking out, so I took one last look around with an intriguing place. What an intriguing place. I shall return with or without them, I thought to myself. And now we will start tonight's episode. So the group exits the underground tomb. You come to the clearing. You were shouting and looking for Lox at this particular moment in time. He has not appeared to you. Yukalo is looking around the ground for any sort of tracks. Can you roll for your favorite terrain, Yukalo?
Heck yeah, I can. Heck yeah, bro. All right. What am I rolling for?
Perception or investigation, one of the two.
All right. So double my proficiency bonus. Let me see what my perception is. +1. I'm gonna go with that one. So it's it's double my proficiency bonus. So it's gonna be a total of +2. So that's gonna be a dirty 20. Hell yeah!
Dirty 20. So as you're scouring about looking, you notice two things. Brawl is in heavy meditation by the entrance of the cave, sitting and really breathing in, breathing out, and taking in everything that you guys just went through. Secondly, as you are looking for Lox, you notice that you're able to see his foot tracks that are leading away from where you guys were, back down the path that you came. And you're heading in the direction that which you came from.
Oh, Danon. Are you guys on mute?
Yes.
No. Oh, there we go. Do you remember what Lox last said before he disappeared?
He said that he wanted to go to the city, and
Take a look at this. I kind of nod over in the direction of the tracks in the ground. It looks like it's leading back to the path that we were on.
That would make sense.
do you think that he left?
I think he's a wily one. I don't claim to know anything much about him, so I think it's very possible.
Do you think this was this plan the whole time, was to find the sword of annoying voice
That could be
and
interesting.
to suddenly disappear with it?
If I may, I don't think there was any plan with us getting here. It was that guy pointing at the
that's what it
meditating.
was. Yeah.
Dwarf.
The meditating brawl.
Brawl kind of listen. I'm speaking for Brawl in this moment. I have much to ponder. I'm going to catch up with you guys. Go after Lox. And let me think for just a moment, and I'll catch up with you in just a few.
Okay. Well,
You're gonna
you
just
stay,
chill?
and you need to see if Lox is coming back. So
The stonework, it's very strikes a chord, and I'm trying to recall. And I'm afraid if I move and do too much, I'll forget about it.
And you could wait for Lox and see if he comes back as.
yeah.
Either way, I'll be catching up with you very shortly. I travel pretty fast on foot.
Okay, then be careful.
And he just kind of closes his eyes and continues to meditate.
I do not understand that guy. Well, I guess let's leave here, like I've been wanting to do this entire time.
I whisper over to Jericho, "Oh,
Let's
he's the
go.
wild card of the group."
So the group, you guys venture out. You cut through the vines from which you came. In this moment, you notice that it's becoming a little bit more foggier. You get to the main path, and you're venturing down. You're following Lox's footsteps. It appears he has gone down the main road. I'm going to have the group, all of you, roll for perception.
That's a 6.
How long have we been traveling?
That's what we're going to find out.
Okay,
16.
I got a 13.
And then
No, plus perception. Plus 3. Oh no, yeah. 12.
12. Okay. So the three of you passed, one of you failed, but for the group, you passed. So the group has now ventured for about an hour, hour and a half. At this moment, it is about midday. Okay, because you guys left camp, I believe it was right when sun was rising, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's about midday right now. I'd say about 11 in the afternoon. you come to a pass and you see where Lox's footsteps end, and ahead of you, the forest is beginning to really thin out. Trees are very scarce. They're no longer very compacted. You've kind of come to the edge of the forest. And sprinkled throughout, you see dead grass, and things kind of seem to be slowly dying as far as you can see the further out you look.
What is this, autumn?
I'm trying.
Probably like the mess worshippers.
It's more so the lay of the land. So you guys are coming out of the woods and you're getting closer to the Aheem desert at this point. You're only a few hours away from reaching the actual desert itself. So it's becoming very scarce, the trees.
It's just like more arid, as is typical with the terrain. It's not something magical or like, should I roll for that?
Right. No, yeah, it's more just normal terrain.
Okay.
But it doesn't strike any magical chord with you. It's just you're noticing that the terrain is starting to change.
All right.
It is no longer my favorite terrain, I say to the group.
As you look out, you see the fog has cleared out all but one area, and Lox's footsteps are walking towards that, and there's a little hill. And then the footsteps go up the hill, and then you can only see to the top of the hill. And on the other side, there's like this steamy fog coming from the other side of that hill.
If I check the map, can I tell if this is going towards Aheem or the craters?
So you are, see at the top where that little dip is? You're, I don't know if I can, let me see if you guys can see my click. 1 second. In a momento. You are right here in this particular moment in time. Ooh. 1 second.
Should just be a hold, right? Oh, okay.
You're right there. So, but you're not here. You're a little bit further up, like right there.
Okay.
So it's starting to clear out and thin out right there. And then
we're bearing south.
Yeah, you're bearing south. So that is where you guys are at this particular moment in time. Okay.
So we're in the middle of the balls.
You are.
We're right here.
No.
You're right here.
Yeah, right here.
Where?
Right
Right
here.
by these.
Here, 1 second, just to make this easier.
What? Are we near the balls?
We're near
Should I
D's.
zoom in? I'll zoom in. We are here. Right here.
You
Now,
only I'm putting an arrow there.
So we are in the clearance.
oh,
You're
we're
right
down
there.
here.
You're right here.
We're right at the tip
Oh.
of the penis.
Right at the tip of the arrow.
The arrow.
Right at the tip of the arrow.
Wait, now
Oh.
I'm confused. Where
No.
are we?
Right there.
And we're headed
Where's
due
the
south.
penis?
All right, back to the game. So you guys get to this clearing. You see his footsteps going over the hill. The fog, very thick fog, is coming from the other side of that hill.
Wait, from
Oh,
the
Stephen
desert?
King wrote something about that. We should get out of
It's
that
not
fog.
desert yet. You're still in the woods. It's just
But it's
clearing
coming
out.
from that direction?
Right.
That's very strange.
Wait, is
Yeah,
it
I don't
coming
know.
from the direction of the lake?
You guys aren't at the lake yet. You're so in this map is huge, right? So where you guys are to get to where you see those two to the lake, that's probably a 3-day walk. Okay, so
yeah, but my question was maybe I should roll a survival check for this, but like, can I tell, are we headed like towards the lake, towards the craters, towards the city?
you don't. So you guys know the lay of the land in this particular area, especially you, Yukalo. You're heading towards the desert right now,
And
but you're
that's that
still
little part in
you're
front
getting
of
to
the
the edge of the woods where it's starting to thin out.
So we definitely don't want to continue straight through to the desert. We want to stay along the edge of the forest.
But the forest ends, and then it becomes
it does
desert.
curve around
It's
the
kind
desert.
of I wouldn't call that a forest so much as I would like a tundra.
We don't want to go through the desert. We don't have the means of having water. We're going to be leaving Brawl behind. We can't go that far. And
So
you'd
if
never
we,
be able to
like,
follow us into the desert.
skirt around, and I kind of point at the map up here, like over here, right? And you go around that way. Is that what you're saying, Loki?
Oh, now I gotta look at the map. Yeah,
So you
yeah, that's
go,
what I'm saying.
like towards that other river.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what that fog is about? Is this another one of your friends' mystic
There's
tricks?
I feel like there's just a lot of fog in this land, and there's not a lot of fog where you come from, is there? We get fog all the time. Day, night, midnight, midday. It's
Morning.
crazy.
Well,
Morning.
Thomas chimes in. Well, not to be, but we are trying to find locks, and it looks like he went that way.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Thomas, for providing input.
Yes.
And
Well, Jericho, thank you for just being you.
you're welcome. All right, let's go.
I follow Jericho, I suppose.
Okay, so the group ventures forward,
Be
and
quiet.
you get to the top of the hill, and looking down, you see a giant pit. It's a graveyard of bones that you see. There is a fog that is kind of rolling through and swirling through all these bones. And you can see Lox standing on the top of what looks to be a giant skull, probably like a 30-foot skull with giant eyes, almost looks like a dragon skull. And there's bones littered throughout. And Lox looks up at you, and then he jumps down into the eye of this giant skull.
Wait,
How far away is he from us?
The skull is about 30 feet big. From you guys, he's probably about 150 feet
it's
away.
a 3-story building.
It's a giant skull.
Can we tell if it is a dragon?
Dragon?
You see giant dragon, what looks like dragon bones scattered throughout. It's pieces of all sorts of animals in this particular area. Massive piles of bleached white skeletal remains create a desert of crumbling skulls and broken bones in this uninhabitable space. The air is thick with a haze of particular matter, and towering dunes of bones dust creates natural pathways through this unforgiving valley. What do you guys do?
Create pathways.
I want to yell out to Lox.
Lots. Yeah.
Lox, what are you? Where are you going? No
How
response.
far away is he at this point? We can see him, but like he was
150 feet.
It's 150 feet.
So what's going on with this valley? Like, are these bones like fresh? Are they old? Are they?
they're bleached white, and they're probably pretty old.
You'd
Yeah.
think
Pretty cleaned off.
like decorative. One just has a macabre sense of exterior decorating.
I suddenly am
It
very
looks more like a
suspicious of this
warning.
fog.
Hey, Ukalo, turn up your mic a little.
I am suddenly very suspicious of this fog.
Like
Suddenly.
so it looks like a warning, and are we sure that was Lox?
You mean it
And-
may have been an illusion?
Well,
No, you think it was another toad person? Oh, illusion actually does make more sense.
like an illusion.
I'm picking up your condescension.
It's condensation.
No, I think that
No, that's what's around us right now.
No, that's fog.
That's condensation. Fog is God.
I think that it can be a trap. It's a trap.
Check for traps.
I think that it might be like an illusion. I mean, it's
I
pretty
yell out
obvious.
into the mist.
Can you see?
Hey, Lox, are you an illusion? Is there an echo?
Is there any history of
No
or
echo?
like lore of a giant dragon such as this being just chilling in this?
Roll for history.
That is history.
There it is. Let's do it.
21.
Okay. All right, so let me see here. So what you see here is you don't remember any history of a giant dragon or bone field, but looking around, you get the impression that a lot of these bones were brought here, and maybe while these animals were alive, they were sacrificed here, or that it was a burial ground of some sort. So you don't really, there's not much in terms of history or lore with what you're seeing, and you don't recall anything from passing or from any conversations. But you do get the feeling that, that there's something bigger, a bigger purpose in regards to this area that you're standing in.
Okay.
Like an elephant graveyard.
Essentially, it's kind of like the elephant graveyard from Lion King, yes.
Yeah.
But there's various animals about. There's humanoid bones around as well. There's all sorts they're piled high. Some of them, most of them, there's piles of dust at this point as well from bones that have eroded, and pathways are carved through, all leading to the giant skull that has a very long snout and giant teeth, and it's only half of the skull, and that's the skull that Lox was standing on top of and jumped down into its eye.
So that's the only entrance that we can see.
Well, I look around at my fellow party members. I say, well, everything here looks pretty damn dead to me. I'm gonna see what the hell this little frogman's doing. I'm gonna start heading over towards the skull.
I really don't want to do this.
That's a krog. A krong.
I know you don't
Frogman.
like the frog that much, Loki, but I think it's worth at least getting him back. I wouldn't want to see him go this way. I'm sure you wouldn't either.
I just find his running off to be very selfish. Very selfish.
Indeed, and we will have a big talk with him later. Big talk. What do you say? Let's go get the fuck.
Is there something wrong?
No, nothing wrong.
So is the group going to proceed forward?
I'm already proceeding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jericho, Danan, Loki.
As I start walking, can I make a check to see if these bones have been disintegrated by physical means, acid or any of that sort?
Make a perception check for me.
$13 again.
Okay. And then you just noticed that they just look like plain old bones to you.
All right.
Are you guys all just walking forward? I'll have, as you begin walking, Jericho, you're looking around the trail. You also make a perception check real quick for me.
Something doesn't feel right.
13.
What's your natural perception?
Natural is 14.
13.
Okay. All right. So yeah, everything just kind of looks normal to you as well. As you're walking forward, I'm going to have, as you guys start entering into this fog, I'm going to have everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Con.
Yeah.
Normally good at these.
Yeah.
Start with Loki.
9.
Okay, 9, and then Danan.
It's in the
This part? Oh, so that's 9 as well.
Okay.
11.
Oh, no way. Also
Okay.
11.
9, 11.
9,
9, 11.
Although you do get
It was
advantage
an
if you're
inside
being
job.
charmed or magic.
Never forget.
Put you to sleep.
Okay. All of you take 11 points of necrotic damage. This green
Fucking A.
Holy
Whoa.
shit.
This green energy comes out of the eye that Lox jumped into. You can hear Lox yelling from the inside, "Princess, help!" And this green energy flies out of the eye, and each individual line flying towards each of you, zapping you, and you see an essence of yourself getting pulled out, and it gets sucked back in to the eye.
Who? Oh,
So 11 points of damage. Holy mother.
So
I say, hey, Jericho, how many fingers am I holding up?
I don't. Enough.
Oh, damn.
I want
It
that
looks
back.
like his one
Whatever it
good
took
eye
for
has
me, I
gone
want it
bad.
back.
Oh no. We've got to put him down. And as I say this, I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Of course it's live. Thank you for asking.
it's a trap.
Let's see.
Ow.
Oh, snap. That's going to be 9 points for you.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll also my Crimson Right for the day. Wait, did I already use that?
When you entered in, you used it last battle.
Yeah.
I did. Okay, I can't
Yeah,
use it again until a short rest.
So can I try to see what the hell just did that to us?
Yeah, it came out of the eye. So are you running towards? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I
guess.
I don't know about running into where we just
It's up.
got it.
He said it. There
One
he
second.
goes.
I need to
It
do something
you
really
see the
quick.
dust.
One moment here.
just took something from me. I want it back.
It took something? What took
Hey,
something?
took my essence.
Is that what it took?
Think so.
Where's my-
Didn't feel great.
It did not.
Okay, it is. Someone let me know when it is 8:50 p.m. Somebody set a timer for 10 minutes if you can. All right, Jericho, you go up to the eye and you look down and you just see this black hole.
I want to take out one of my mechanical flashlight contraptions. Do my little and shine the light down there.
Okay. So as you do, like this white globe orb goes into the hole, and you just see it kind of slowly floating down this eye, and then you see ground, and it's about about 20 feet deep, and the globe is slowly hovering over the ground.
Do I have any idea what this globe is? Like
That's
do I
your light that you shine.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. All right. I look back at the rest of the party. I smirk. Say, see you guys down there. I jump.
Wait, how far?
All right.
Feet.
Is this how
As you jump.
Impact damage.
All right, here we go,
Very
folks.
dexterous.
the guy?
Oh, 1 second. Sorry. As you jump,
2d10.
complete silence engulfs you. You hear nothing. It is complete darkness. Suddenly, you find yourself in the eyes of somebody else. You're looking through the eyes of someone else. The borders around your vision are foggy. You see these bony hands opening a door. You're entering a room where you see a few orcs, goblins, and drow, decorated in outfits similar to your own, but with many medals adorned to their outfits.
Nice.
They are gathered around a table. Laid out in the center of that table is a map of Ether. Next to it, a map that looks unfamiliar to you, but with the name Emon at the top of it. The bony hand with rings adorned on each finger reaches out. It grabs a large group of small tokens in the shape of boats that are positioned off the coast of Ether on the table. A blue surge of energy moves the boats towards the map of Emon. The bony hand makes a fist and slams the table. You see the others positioned around the table stand up. Some clap, others pound their chest. You can read one of their lips. Sire, you are being watched. Suddenly, everything goes black. You are standing in emptiness. High above you, two giant eyes, pure blue, no pupils, open, looking at you. You hear the words, Jericho, I see you. You are suddenly yanked back out of the darkness. Looking at you is the red masked man from the Feywild. He says to you, things are in motion that cannot be stopped. Get the sword and I will find you. There's no time to explain. You swirl as if getting sucked through a drain. After a few moments, you enter and land on a cold floor. To the left of you, a long red carpet lines the center of this, what looks to be chamber. Giant stone columns circle the room. Two giant fires dimly light the interior. Sitting at the top of the room is a giant beast. It stands once it sees you, and keeps standing for that matter. It is the largest creature on two legs you have ever witnessed. Its back is slightly hunched, one yellow eye larger than the other. Muscles can be easily made out across its naked torso as it grips a great club, 10 times that the size of a man. Once giant, no more, it seems. A twisted version stands before you, and it says to you, has Semet finally come to free me?
Semet doesn't just free anybody. You know, you have to be worthy. And who, may I ask, are you?
You come to my and ask, who am I?
Yeah. Yeah. I was brought here by magic beyond your wildest imagination.
At this moment, 4 hooded figures step out besides the columns that circle the room. And they are each standing at a different pillar. Hoods draped across their heads so you can't see what they look like.
Ooh.
You must be a fool if you are to come see me. You notice laying on a rock at the center of this room before the stairs go up to where this giant beast sits is Lox laying unconscious. I am Gebgeda, king of the Fomorian.
Do I know what the Fomorians are?
Roll for history with advantage.
Advantage. We really want you to know what this is.
Well, no, because he was living in the Feywild for quite some time, so he
May have picked something up.
8 and 9.
you have
I lost my
any
actual die, so I had to use D&D Beyond.
Jesus. Lovely rolls.
Just dropped it. And not great.
I'm horrible today.
What you know is you don't know who Gerbgedur is, but you do know that Fomorians were once giants that tried to take over the Feywild. But that's all you know.
No, they're really gross.
And he kind of, I sense a, and he kind of grips his club a little. I sense a great magical presence from you.
You sense the power of Semet. I am his follower. I'm going to kind of bluff a little bit, but I'm going to say a general in his army. What I see before me does not cause me any form of excitement when I get to report back to him as far as what lays before me.
You sit at Semet's table? A creature of such small and puny insignificance? You sit at Semet's table?
Semet knows that it's not, I'm going to call upon my memory of Semet's scriptures. Semet knows that it is not only strength that bears power, but it is also strength of mind. And you ought to be one to recognize when all is not as it seems, there must be something underneath the surface.
At this moment, I'm going to have everybody that's still above ground make a dexterity saving throw.
We haven't been able to do anything.
Yeah, what? Why?
Why? We weren't even able to follow or do anything.
Okay. All right, Kim.
27.
That's
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding.
Oh. Could have lied and I would have never known.
It was 24.
Was it really?
Yeah, 18 plus. Wait, what is this? Is it just dexterity or is it like
Dexterity
acrobatics?
saving throw?
Dexterity
Oh,
saving.
damn it.
Or, excuse me, Constitution saving throw.
Wait, what? Bollocks. Wait. 21.
Also 21.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Also 21.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
So this green flame sprouts out
17
again
before.
from the eye.
19
No,
plus
your
2.
Constitution saving throw is there.
I
You got
take 3 steps
23.
back
Oh, I
and I
definitely-
say, "Oh fuck that! I'm not going in there."
This green flame
I thought it
sprouts
was-
out,
I
but
get
at
out
this
of
time
the
it hits the ground and it grabs all of you, pulling you down into the eye. As you
All
swirl
right.
down, poof,
I say, I did not submit to this.
Poof,
I did
pop,
not submit
poof.
to this.
Landing on the ground relatively hard, but without dealing damage. You look up and you all pick yourselves up, leaning up, and you see standing there to the right of you is Jericho as he is looking up, his eyes widened, and then you hear a great deep voice. If you sit at Samet's table, who are these?
I mutter under my breath. Oh shit.
What kind of is he speaking common? This thing?
He's speaking common right now. Yeah.
What is he again? Do I know
What is he?
Do I know anything
Yes,
about
please stall for me.
that I'm seeing for the first time?
You
Should I roll for it?
You wouldn't know. You see him
How about
and
I
he
roll
looks.
for it? I can
Yeah.
roll. I'll go ahead
Sure.
and roll.
Roll for
That's a natural one. I've never seen this thing ever.
It's a really big thing. But Danan, I'm gonna have you roll.
What the hell is that?
What
Roll
is
with
this?
Roll with advantage, Danan, because you were
What?
also roll for perception or history. Excuse me.
After being slammed to the ground, I just look up, snap my head up, and I see this giant, ugly thing, and I'm like, "What? What is this?"
19.
Okay. So you know.
No. Hold on. Dirty 20.
Okay. All right. All right. So from your youth and learning about your culture and the Seelie and the Unseelie, you know that the Seelie and the Unseelie banded together to stop the incursion of the giants that were trying to take over the Feywild. And the Autumn Queen herself laid a powerful curse on the giants, twisting them into misshapen Fomorian. The Fomorian were fled from the light, delving into the dark places beneath the ground, where they carved out a new kingdom out of rock. Huge stony halls, forests of tough-hewn columns, possibly deep obelisks, innumerable vaults of gems and gold. And the leader, Geb Gadur, was the king of the Fomorians. But you also know that it was written that Geb Gadur was not only ran, but was enslaved by the Autumn Queen to do her bidding, and believed to be protecting something from legends.
Okay.
So I want to answer Gebgitter's question to me. I was about to ask you the same question. Who are these people that you?
Well, seeing as well, it's going to be quite simple to find out. And he kind of waves his hand to one of the hooded creatures that are standing on the ground level with you. Can you please answer? Were we expecting visitors today? And then you see this creature step forward. It pulls back his hood. Standing before you is a drow with very long white hair, eyes completely blue. The eyes roll to the back of his head, and you see that this white smoke come across his eyes, and speaking, filling the room, you hear a voice chilling to the bone. In the name of Semet, kill them all. And each voice, one by one, responds at the same time. And they make a fist and put it over their chest. As you wish, Lord Vuskov.
I'm going to whisper over to Jericho. Oh, you remember how I said you were going to do everything you can to help us? Now would be the time if you wanted to see your family.
Right now, I'm trying just not to make sure that we all die at this moment. So which guys? Sorry, which guys responded to the? There was a voice that just kind of spoke out, and all four of the hooded guys responded.
So the guy who flipped the hood back, his eyes rolled back to the back of his head, and they became like this white spot, and a voice came from his mouth saying those words. And then his eyes rolled back to the blue they were before, and then they all went like this. And
Gotcha.
they whispered, or they all said at once, as you wish. 1 second.
Vuskov.
Lord Vuskov.
Vuskov.
It's Vuzkoph. Vuskov. And at this moment, I'll have you all roll for initiative, and we are going to take our first break of the evening.
Hey. Turns out
we will be back
actually
with everybody a quick 10. And
I got a natural 20.
we'll be back.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you guys are wasting them.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit
Can
louder?
you hear me right now? Am I done?
Try again. Yeah, no, you're fine. Sorry, my volume was down. So we're just waiting on Jericho then?
Looks like it's.
Okie dokes. Just waiting on
we're waiting on Joe.
Jericho.
Scary. We might have our TPK tonight.
It's
Okay, you think so? Not with these lot.
I think that's what's happening. Actually.
Lux gets sacrificed. We all get smashed. Jericho wins.
We don't have.
D
our
and
I have one more spell slot, so I have one
D
more
and
spell
dead.
slot for
That's what's
for
happening tonight.
healing wounds or something, but I'll probably use it on myself because I already took 11 points of necrotic damage along with everyone else.
I'm feeling pretty great.
Oh my
left.
god! Oh,
If I get hit
I feel
once,
praise the 14.
yeah, I'm nervous for all
So-
of you at this particular moment in time.
it's on you.
This was
Yeah.
you. This was entirely you.
If you're down with us, I think that
Wasn't really optional.
Thomas.
Is Thomas
turned
here?
out
I
to be
thought,
a-
Wait, Thomas was
Thomas
with
was there.
us.
no, I
Yeah, he
thought
was
Thomas was with Brawl.
Well,
Thomas
he's
was just
apparently in the fight.
How did he
There.
get here? Did I Thomas sneak up?
Thomas was
behind-
with you guys the entire time. Thomas was the one
Yeah.
saying
Right,
you
yeah.
should go over the hill. And I didn't put you here. You guys
Oh.
had plenty of options to do whatever the hell you wanted to do. So don't blame
What are you
me.
talking
Wait, you keep
about?
telling us that, but we
And no
didn't
such
have another
thing.
option.
We
Yeah,
didn't
you
have
said this is
another
the
option.
only
We were
path
like,
this way. I
you
was
don't-
like, I don't want to go this way, and I said I start walking out the fog, and then there were
and then
tendrils that grabbed
we
me.
go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that was the you guys were already standing in the fog. So I had a timer set for a reason. All right, carrying on. Don't worry, you guys got this. You're just facing a giant, and you know it is what it is.
So there is a
Yes.
doorway behind us.
So we can leave?
All
Is
right,
that what
I'm
I'm saying?
go.
Because if so, I'm dashing out of here.
Yeah.
there is a
We'll
doorway
resurrect
behind
you
you.
later, unless this is all an illusion. In case we're in the clear.
There is a doorway behind you. But first, I'm going to have you guys rolled for initiative. So give me 1 second here. I have so many freaking screens. It's not even-
So Danon and I rolled natural 20s.
Wow. So
And
20.
You should have saved it.
I
We-
know.
And we both have plus
Plus
4
4
to our
initiative.
initiative. So
Jeez.
do you want us to roll again to see who goes first?
Yeah, sure. Danan and Loki, both of you roll.
Plus we're 18. You?
4.
Okay.
It's like I go first.
Blow everything up.
Okay, Yukalo.
17.
All right, and then Jericho.
I rolled an 18, which is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Is Lox tied up in any way, or is he just unconscious?
Just
and
unconscious on the floor right now.
altar? What's that?
Unconscious on the floor right now.
All right.
God, I wish I had spells.
All right. So starting with Danan, what would you like to do here? So you see at this moment, the voice rings out, "Kill them all," and they, say their salutes. The drow begin to pull their arrows.
Streaming?
Hmm?
Are we streaming already?
Oh yeah, we're live.
Oh,
The pressure is on.
Yeah. So the drow begin to pull their arrows. At this moment, what would you do?
Wait, they all have arrows?
The drow.
The drow has an arrow,
Yeah.
but we don't know what the other creatures are.
Yeah, they all have a second. They all have light crossbows. So they all pull their light crossbows out in this moment.
Oh. Well, luckily those you have to reload after your first use.
Mhm.
Yeah, I high five Loki.
Fuck.
Good thing you have that short bow, right?
He does.
Good thing.
Okay, this is. Do you usually play like this? It's tiny.
Oh, it's on his. It's on the. Yeah.
Is this a? Dang it!
So, I mean,
So Danan, what are you doing?
Is the king in chains?
Is he in chains? He
Yeah.
is chains around his wrists. Yes.
so we can kind of assume that they're summoning this Fomorian or trying to save.
They're trying to what?
Like they're trying. Like these cult members are trying to free this Fomorian. Not like we can kind of assume that they're.
Oh, I wouldn't have got.
I need to count. I need to count the grid.
I don't know.
What is it?
You can make an insight check, maybe, if the DM be so generous. On your turn, of course. Right now, it is Danon's turn.
No, I cannot make it.
If I turn up this epic music, can you guys hear it?
A
Faintly.
little bit.
All right. This is
All
good.
right, Danan, what are we doing?
Yeah, come on, Danan.
Counted the grid.
Should I go first?
Okay. So I'm gonna use my staff of flight.
Your staff of flight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you pull out this little staff.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move. And I'm going to move all the way here.
So it
Yeah,
grants
Fred.
you double your movement, and you plan on flying. So how high are you flying up in the air?
I will say that I am like 10 or 15 in the air.
Okay,
So
10 or 15 feet in the air.
She's on my account, so she'll just have to like direct.
Yeah.
Okay, just show me on the map where you want to move to.
So I'm gonna move here.
Okay, so you're gonna be 15 feet in the air. And what's your normal movement?
My normal movement is 30.
30.
What do you
Okay,
get with the?
so you can do
With
60 feet total. So you're
Yeah, I
15
get
feet in the air, and you're gonna go.
Yeah. So with
So you're
60, I could make it here, but because I'm flying, I think that
Yeah, because you're
I can
15 feet in
make
the
it
air, you're right here. So now what the staff does for you is it gives you, I believe it is advantage on all attack throws.
on attack rolls. Okay.
Right, but you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saves for 3 rounds because you are frightened as you are flying because it's very unstable.
So I have disadvantage. That's what we're saying.
No, you have disadvantage on all attacks and saves during that period for the first 3 rounds.
So you have disadvantage on 3 rounds.
Right. So the weapon grants you advantage on all attack throws. However, at a cost, you are frightened for 3 rounds and have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saves during that period.
Might as well dash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Scary to be.
can I, instead of use the staff, I'm gonna use it later, but instead of that, can I dash and get all the way here? Because that, I think that will make 60. And from there, I want to
Are you dashing with the flight, or are you just dashing?
just with the dashing, just dashing, and I'm gonna wait there.
Do you have
Okay.
any bonus actions?
I have bonus action of
I hear a plane. Of existence.
On deck is Loki, so be ready.
Well, that's
I'm going to use one sorcery point.
Ah.
And I'm going to firebolt this fella.
Okay. So I'm going to have you roll. Roll for attack.
Good roll. So it's a 19 plus her.
So
What's 19 plus your spellcasting ability, which is charisma, right?
Yep.
Plus your plus 6.
Plus 6.
So that hits. It hits.
And that's a D10. I'm so nervous.
It's going to be
I'm so nervous.
Do you get anything from it? You did fireball?
What's the damage?
1d10 fire damage. Ugh. Terrible.
2.
2 damage. Okay. So this flame comes into your hand, and you, as you're dashing, you skid and you stop right at the end, and you look up, and you can see Locks to the right of you. Looking over your shoulder, you have this tiny little flame, and you throw it at this drow who has his hood still up, drawing his bow. As he's drawing it, the flame hits his elbow, knocking his hand back, and he looks up at you with hellish eyes, blue as the ocean, staring directly at you. They kind of glow in his hood, as his hair kind of, you see a little bit kind of coming forward. I'm going to also have you roll a D100, Danon.
Wild magic.
That's a 63.
Okay, so 63. So as you stop and the flame flies out of your hand, this fog cloud encompasses you, and it goes for about 50 feet, or 30 feet in each direction of you. So you are covered in a foggy cloud 30 feet around you. So give me 1 second here.
Oh, that covers Locks.
It covers Locks, right?
Yep.
Totally. Wow, lucky roll.
And I'm going to be calling on my god, deity, and I will say, now is the time. Do something.
All right, so that's where the fog is right now.
You can't make that a circle? It's cool that you could do that, like the square.
I like the square.
The square
It's
is
a square.
fine.
It's a square. It is what it is. Sorry.
It is a square. It's a cube. Fog.
It is what it is.
Ignore him.
I can try to find other fogs.
No,
but they're
leave it like
all-
that.
They're all little.
Oh, you're fine. No.
That's a little bit too difficult.
Do it.
All right.
Fog.
So you are in fog, and so is Locks. And then anything else you're able to do? I think you already used your bonus action, right?
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. Next is going to be Loki.
All right. I am going to go to the edge of the flag. 1, 2, 3,
5.
6. And I'm gonna fire at this guy.
Okay.
An arrow.
Okay.
Using my long bow. Other dice. Ooh, 15.
Noise.
What is that?
Oh.
What is that?
What was
Is
that?
that you, Jericho?
Nothing. I don't understand. No. What was that? That was so weird.
Jericho,
What do you-
stop chewing. It's annoying.
Does the
It's
does the
just one of
thump?
his contraptions.
It's Thumper.
Okay. What did you roll? Loki?
15.
15. Okay. 15 hits.
So it's a D8.
And you're just using your longbow?
Oy.
Yeah, I can't use my Crimson Right because I already used it. And that is 9 damage.
Okay.
Piercing.
So as you pull back your bow, and so you run to the edge of the fog, and as you're about to step into it, you turn back, loosening your bow. The Drow, with his eyes that just snap back normal, is looking at you. The arrow sticks right into his chest right after when he went like this. And he pulls out his short sword, and he pulls it out and he smashes the arrow down, breaking it in half. And then he pulls the arrow out of his chest, staring at you. Blood trickles down, and he kind of hunches over a little bit. A little bit of drool comes out of his mouth.
Oh, badass like me.
Mhm.
Next is going to be
Yep, boy.
this guy here. So he sees all this action going on, and watches you shoot Loki at his comrade. He pulls up his short bow, firing at you.
Crossbow?
It's his crossbow, excuse me, firing at you. And then that is going to be a 15 to hit.
It misses.
Okay. As the arrow is flying by you, as you're stepping back, drawing your bow, where your hand once was, it goes flying in between your hand and the string of your bow, flying past you. Next is going to be
Yep, boy.
Take 2.
next is going to be this Dro here.
Bummer.
How are they
And
so high in initiative?
Yeah. they're-
he is going to also, he has his, that was one you just shot at, so he has a short sword. He is going to run at you, and he's going to take a swing. And that is going to be with his, so he comes down with his short sword swinging at you, and that is going to be a 13 to hit.
That also misses.
As he comes down, take the edge of your arrow, flick it up, hitting the bottom of his sword, flicking his wrist back. And then next is going to be Jericho's turn.
All right. Well, I will begin by.
Actually, hold on. I'm sorry. He has a multi-attack. My apologies. That'll be a 20 to hit. So
Wait,
as
what?
he comes back with the sword, he has a multi-attack. So he can use he can make 2 short sword attacks.
Well, the second one definitely hits.
Okay.
It's a dirty
And
20.
that is a dirty 20. So it's a 14 plus 6. And
Giving us these guys' stats.
I'm going to have you make a Constitution saving throw, actually, Loki.
Would it be dexterity saving throw? 'Cause
It is a Constitution saving throw.
really?
You're about to get poisoned, bitch.
Well, my Constitution is +4, I think. So 21.
You're so lucky. That is very good. So give me 1 second here. So as he comes down with the sword, it does slice you. You notice at the edge of the sword, at the tip, you can notice like this green liquid kind of encasing the tip of the sword. But where he hits you with the sword, it's just the regular blade. And that's going to deal a total of 6 damage.
All right. Well, I'm going to also then use my Hellish Rebuke on him right after as a reaction.
Okay.
But let me take care of this 6 damage. Ouch. And Hellish Rebuke. Let me get to my spells. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw of 12. Right now, there's basically like fire emanating off of me and just explodes off of my body.
He rolled a 6.
All right. So that's 2d10s of damage. Hold on. Let me get that. So that's 11 damage. Fire damage.
So as this Dro swings down at you, catching the edge of your forearm and nicking you, and blood kind of starts trickling down your wrist. Your whole body engulfs in flames, and you just scream as this energy blasts out, this red fire rebuke blasting out from you, engulfing this Dro, sending him back about 5 feet on fire as he starts patting himself out. And he drops down to a knee looking at you with his eyes piercing blue, staring directly at you.
Get down on your knees.
Next is Jericho.
Finally, it's ya boy.
Hey.
I'm gonna just run straight into this fog. So I have the ability. Just go there. Oh, I'm trying to do it on the stream. I'm an idiot. There we go. All right, gonna run straight in there. Wait, so
Doesn't look like you moved.
wait a minute. No, I'm trying to see because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that?
So it's 5 feet each block. So that would be from you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. That's 30 feet into the fog.
That one's in because in my D&D Beyond, it doesn't look like that part is like because the fog goes right up until this block, right? This section.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so weird. Mine anyway. All right, well, I'm gonna run straight into the fog, and as I am running, I'm gonna drop my little Eldritch Cannon backpack that I have. right there.
Okay. Let's
So I'm going to
get you
summon my
a
Eldritch Cannon.
cannon.
Hell yeah. It's got little spider legs, and it is a force ballista, as the Spaniards say, or ballista.
Ballesta.
Ballesta.
There's your. Is that where you want it? Right there, or 5 feet behind that?
Right there. Yeah. One more up. All right. And then I say, "For Eldritch Cannon, fire thy shot true into the eyes of this heretic drow." So I'm gonna have him shoot that guy.
Actually, I think they might be followers of Submet.
No, they're the heretics. I'm the true.
Yeah. He's
True
the
genius.
Roll for attack.
It is not me rolling for attack, but it is you rolling for a saving throw.
The dexterity saving throw.
1 sec.
Let's see. Jericho Feywild.
Fayward.
Make a ranged spell attack originally. Where is it?
Eldritch Cannon here is using woodcaver's tools or smith's tools. You can make an action to magically create a small, tiny Eldritch Cannon in an unoccupied space. So to say within 5 feet of you, a small Eldritch Cannon occupies a space, and a tiny one can be held in one hand. Eldritch Cannon Flamethrower. Eldritch Cannon
Force Ballista.
You're doing Force Ballista. So it's a bonus action. You could use it 20 times. So have you been marking how many times you've used it?
Yep. Like 3.
Okay.
Well, this one's a new one because I had to use a spell slot for the second guy.
Right. Okay. And what? Third level. It is a force damage. It's 2d8 2d8 plus 4 damage. And
I thought that you just made a save, that it wasn't an attack, but
looks like it's a regular attack.
be wrong.
It's an AC of 18. Oh, it is force makes an ability check or saving throw. Treat it as ability score as 10. If the mending spell.
Oh, that's my thing, making an ability throw or saving throw.
So it looks like it's just a regular attack.
All right, well.
Everything and reading.
Too bad then. All right. Well, I'm gonna shoot that motherfucking drow right between the eyes.
Okay.
Ugh. What does a 3 get me?
It has plus 4 to hit as well.
He gets you a high five from me, mate.
Okay, what does a 7 get me?
That does not hit. So as the cannon fires back, you see it kind of, and this air goes flying forward. The drow kind of sidesteps it as the air passes through, and he does this little twist in the air, landing back on a knee.
All right. I grumble to myself.
That was a bonus action, though. So is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, there was an action to create my Eldritch Cannon. Although, technically, I wear it as a backpack, not creating it. So unless...
If you pre-created it and that's... Actually, I kind of like that. If you already had it created and you just dropped it while you're running, I will allow that to not be an action and that just to be, while you're running. So you still have an action.
Cool. I say, "You cursed drow! You do not serve Submet. I serve Submet." And I want to aim at this guy over here, and I'm going to use my little contraption of my flamethrower. That's oh fuck, wrong one. Use my contraption flamethrower that's hidden in my little pop-out flamethrower on that guy.
How far does that go? What's the range on it?
It is firebolt, so it's 120.
Okay. All right. Roll for attack.
Unless my eye can produce the laser, in which case I want to do that. But
hell yeah, it can. Hold on. You're not fooling, are you?
I
Don't put that on the
haven't fooled around with that one yet, but it is 13 plus 6, so 19 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. Eat it, and you get a 5. Do I add anything to the damage? No, it's just 5, I think. All right, 5.
5 damage? Okay.
I'll take 5 damage.
So as you step into this fog, you release your Eldritch Cannon, blasting to the side of you. As you do, you pull out your hand, and coming out of your wrist, this little gun, and you fire it, and this flame bolt comes flying from it, almost like a cannonball, flying forward, hitting in the chest the drow, singeing, and you can see it kind of burn into its leather as it singes away. The drow looking at you as you step into the fog, but he's squinting, trying to see where you are. Anything else, Jericho?
That is where I end my turn.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I do want my cannon. No, yeah, we'll stay there. That's fine. That's done. We're done.
Okay. Yukala, you're up.
All right. So let's see. My walking speed is 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike, which is one of my spells. So Yukalo, you see Loki as he runs up to Loki. He kind of blurs with a like a small whisper of wind. He kind of fades a little bit, and before the spell ends, as I say in Celestial, in order to enact the verbal component, I say, "Hi-ya," as I run up to Loki. And you don't know what it means, which is fine. But my movement does not provoke opportunity of attack, and once before the spell ends, I can give myself advantage on one weapon attack roll. So I would assume that, seeing as things have been happening so fast, that Cal would have drawn his short bow at some moment in time. So with that, he would like to, as he's running up to Loki, shoot this. What is this? A drow, you say?
Mm-hmm.
As he runs past, I would like to release an arrow from my short bow.
Okay.
And I would like to give myself advantage on this attack roll using Zephyr Strike.
Sounds good.
And that is going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. So Zephyr Strike gives me an extra D8 of force damage on top of my 1d6 plus 4. That is going to be a total of 10 damage. It's going to be, let's see, 7 piercing and 3 force damage. And then the other half of Zephyr Strike that I do so enjoy is that whether my attack hits or misses, my walking speed increases for 30 feet until the end of the turn. So with my remaining movement, I would like to move all the way up to Lox.
What was the damage? Sorry.
10 total.
10 total.
7 piercing, 3 force.
Okay, so as you step in and you're running and you kind of become like this little bit of a blur, as because you're running so fast and you're about to step into the fog kind of encompasses you, and it makes it very difficult to see you as you're stepping in. As you do, you loosen your bow, running past Loki. The arrow goes over Loki's shoulder, aiming down, landing right into the thigh of this drow, who is again as soon as he stands up, drops down to a knee, and blood starts trickling down. Anything else you?
As I'm running past Loki, I'll just say, "Finish him." And I run up, and as I'm running past Danon, I say, "We should probably get out of here."
As you run up and you see Lox on the ground, make a perception check.
That would be perception. Yeah, +1. 14.
Okay. You see in his hand a long horn that he used a few days ago, but it gripped very tightly.
A long horn? Like, what do you mean? Like a cow horn? What do you
The
mean
Like
one
a-
long
he
horn?
toots to
The one he used to toot through. You see it in
I-
his hand.
Don't know whether or not I recognize this thing.
Okay.
Was I there for that?
You were, I believe.
What was he tooting? Was it
It
like
was when you guys were going to. Somebody help me with this. You guys were going somewhere where he blew the horn. It was somewhere. Trying to remember.
It was really just I remember him using a horn. I feel like when we were fighting the Urogs.
yes.
That's what it was.
The 4
Yeah.
Urogs.
wait,
Right.
wait, like
Yeah, and
But it was more of like a distraction kind of thing.
But he
No,
still had-
he used it. He used it
Yeah,
twice. There's another thing recently. He just used it, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
that's
It was
okay.
before. It was before. Excuse me. It was before his dream. So it was before you guys went into the area with the cut down trees, and you guys were going to be heading back towards Sturgeon Point. It was around that time.
So he's
but anyways,
gripping this thing, like
he's
white
gripping
knuckling
this-
it.
Right, white knuckling it. And next is going to be this drow. That was the end of your turn, right?
Yes.
Next is going to be this drow here. He can't see through the fog, so he is going to move here. And then from here, he sees Loki, and he's going to loosen his his bow, and that is going to miss. And then the arrow flies past you, Loki. Over your shoulder, you hear a
Oh, everyone's shooting over his shoulder.
yeah, everything's going over your shoulder.
I love it.
And then next is going to be so at this moment, the giant that is standing at the top stands up. As he does, the table or the where Lox is and you are Yukalo, he stands up in these chains that are gripped to him. He steps forward. That base lifts into the air, and now you are 10 feet in the air. And you look and you can see that the entire base around you is tied with chains that are connected up over to the roof and down to his hand. So as he steps forward 10 feet, the base slides up 10 feet. And now you're 10 feet in the air. Danan is 10 feet below you as you look over to the side. Still encompassed in the fog, however. And he takes a step down. What trickery is this? You come here, attack us. Why?
You took our friend. We want him back. I say from behind the fog.
Okay.
Hardly
Doing
at
my
all.
best to like mask my voice. You took our friend.
Throwing.
Friend. Your friend? In what world would a friend have ventured down here by himself?
Well, we'll have to ask him after we get him out of here.
Stop talking to him.
No, we need to listen. Give
So
him
at the-
that, and we'll live.
At this moment, you see him reach out his hand, and these 4 torch-sized lights light up, and they scatter about like glowing orbs that hover in the air, and they fly forward towards the fog.
Anybody have counter spell? Level 4.
The lights.
We've been level 4 for what, six?
Yeah.
Six.
So these orbs enter into the fog, lighting up the fog. 1 second here.
You mean they're like Rudolph?
And then he puts these orbs, and then from the orbs, it gives him a 5 foot, it's me a 10-foot radius where he can see. So from each orb, he can see 10 feet. So now he can see Lox and Yukala at this moment in time. Ah, I see you. I see you trying to save your friend.
Oh,
It's a
yeah, friend, you know. See? That's what I was saying.
What a shame. Let me ask you, is this a test? Is this a test by Samet? Is he testing me?
Yes.
It might be. Out of curiosity, what fuels you? Are you spurned by rage, lust, desire? I beseech thee, please do tell.
So in this moment, he lifts his arm up with his giant club. 1 second. With his giant, his giant club lifts off into the air. Enough talking, and he slams it down to the ground. And then next up is going to be Danan.
Yeah, I could have told you that would have gone that well.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Tell me, what gets you off?
Oh wow.
Yes. Did they freeze? Oh no.
No, it's just that I don't. Okay. I will attack this fella again. I'm gonna use Thunder Wave, and
You have to get closer to him.
I'm gonna move then.
Which one?
You can be right at the edge of the fog.
No, I don't. I need to be 15.
Which one are you attacking? Sorry, Danan.
It's just that I'm using Josh's computer, and there you go.
Okay, so you're moving out of the fog then, and
No,
moving.
here. Moving. I'm inside of the fog still. Here. And I'm going to attack this one with Thunder Wave.
Okay. What's the range on it?
It's a 15 cube.
Okay, so you're moving here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for Thunderwave, do I have to roll for anything?
He needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
That hit the glowing orbs as well.
The glowing orbs are 10 feet in the air. So this is going underneath.
15 feet though.
Saving throw.
It's a 15 feet cube. It's going forward though, towards the.
Yes. It's
So
one
it's-
direction.
Yeah, so it's just one direction, right? Okay. And what do I have to beat for the Constitution saving throw?
I think it's a 15, 13. I do believe it's a 13. Let me double check.
It's a 14.
14.
1 second. It's a 14?
Yeah.
I rolled a 13, so it hits.
Constitutional 14.
So that also means it gets forced back 10 feet.
Okay. So as it gets forced back 10 feet, this thunderous clap, roll for damage.
Is it pushed into the column?
That's a 14 damage.
Okay, so he goes flying back lifting off the ground underneath him, lifts up and then drops suddenly, throwing him into the column, cracking his head on the column. You can see blood going down. Well, you don't see it, but he cracks his head and the blood starts trickling down, hit the back of his head, down his neck. He's also going to take an additional 8 points of damage.
Nice.
So 19 total. He kind of cracks his neck, holds the back of his head, and then begins to stand up to one knee as that happens. Looking hurt, but very, very much still part of the fight. Anything else, Danon, that you'd like to do?
I will yell at him, say, "You filthy traitor!"
And then he kind of like, as you yelled him, "Traitor! Why am I?"
And I will say that in Sylvan.
Okay. Says back to you in Sylvan. Who are you?
I don't say anything.
Roll for intimidation.
That's cocked, but that was cocked. Cocked as well.
Cocks on the dock.
Cocks on the ducks.
Here's the question.
That's a 13 intimidation.
All right. He is going to be frightened and have disadvantage on all his attack throws for the next 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Just on her.
On him.
On him. Just on him.
I mean, like, just his attacks on her, though. And he's frightened on her, right?
He's frightened for the next 3 turns.
But
Just a little scaredy cat.
Hey, Loki.
no,
Small
I'm curious,
blessing.
like,
Just let him DM,
no,
please.
I'm asking, like, what does it entail of his frightening? Is he afraid of all of us?
Yeah, he's frightened
Yes.
he's frightened for the next 3 turns.
It spooked him.
Yeah.
That means that they
That's
can't
spooked.
move forward toward the enemy.
Yes, he cannot.
Like, he can't move closer to Danon,
Yes.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
He is frightened for the next 3 turns, so he has disadvantage on all attack rolls, and has disadvantage. He has disadvantage in the next 3 rounds, and then he also is frightened of Danon. So sorry, he's not going to be running towards her. Okay.
Cool.
Next is your turn, Mr.
All right.
Dokilani Ocean Reaper.
I am going to execution style arrow to the head of this drow that's in front of me.
Okay,
He's based on his knees, right?
he's on his knee.
Another 15.
15 hits.
And what is that? 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you aim for his forehead as he's on his knee, and as you pull the string back, he pulls up his bow, hitting the bottom of your elbow, and the arrow, instead of going into his forehead, it drops it down and aims directly into his groin, dealing 6 damage.
Wow, you suck. Nice aim, loser.
As it lands in his groin, you hear a giant grunt, and then he takes the arrow, snapping it in half, and then he looks up at you, and then he stands up to his feet, eye to eye with you.
Is his dick okay?
No.
Anything else, Loki, you would like to do?
That's impressive. He used his entire movement just to intimidate you or try to stand up.
I will, I guess, risk it
For the biscuit.
and go into the fog. I guess that leaves
Okay.
for an opportunity to attack or so, but
He has disadvantage as you enter the fog. So you're stepping away. He's also has disadvantage because he's stepping up at the same time and trying to muster all his strength. So he has disadvantage on this attack. As he
Double disadvantage. He's so
so you rolled a 2 and a 3. So as he swings for you once, swings for you twice, he comes with nothing. And he just starts shouting into the fog, "Come back here, you coward!" Anything else?
He's swinging and thinking, "Do I have my left still?"
which one was it?
Which one was it?
Was it Carl or David? Oh God, it was my favorite Carl. No, that's it.
Okay. And next is going to be
2 drows. I remember.
Yep.
all right. So next is going
It's
to
not
be
ya boy.
It is this Dro that you just fucked up. So now he is going to begin. He's going to walk into the fog,
To the fog.
and he comes face to face with you, Loki, and he is going to roll for attack. The first attack is 1 second. The first attack with the short sword is going to be 17 to hit.
It would if I didn't use my blood mallet, which is essentially a
The melodic.
which one is this? So mine is supposed to be Blood Curse of the Eyeless. So when a creature's within 30 feet of me and makes an attack roll against me, I can use my reaction to roll one of my hemographed dies, which is my D4, and subtract the number rolled from the creature's attack roll. You can choose to use this feature after the creature's roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll succeeds. So the creature is immune if it's immune to blindness.
Okay.
But I'm using... So I just rolled a 3, so it minuses that 3 off of his attack.
Yep.
So he would actually then be at 14, which misses.
Okay.
But I'm also able to use another D4, which damages me. But it applies that feature to, so it'll -3 to his next attack as well. But I just hurt myself by 1.
Okay, so he swings down with his attack, and that would be a 17 to hit -3, so 14.
Yep. So
misses. So he comes down, and you dodge, duck, and dive out of the way. And you move your way around. So he comes down slicing through the fog, and this thick air cuts through the fog, and you can kind of see the parting from the velocity of his stroke. And he comes back across, you duck underneath. And then next is going to be...
Not your boy.
Drow number 2, 3.
Drow number 2. Yeah, drow number 2. So this is drow number 3, actually. Okay, so now we're on the frightened drow. So the frightened drow stands up to his feet, and he begins to back up. Didn't mean to do that. He begins to back up and try to push himself around the column to hide. And next is going to be Jericho.
Yeah.
I will push the pillar on top of him.
All right. Well, I am going to turn. Can I see this guy? Like, I don't know how fog works. The guy who is right next to Loki.
Yeah, within 5 feet. Yeah, you're within 10 feet of him, so you can see him. Yes.
All right. And do I have disadvantage if I try to attack him?
No, not within 10 feet. No, it'll be just
All right,
normal.
perfect. Well, I'm gonna fucking blast this dude's brains out with my palm pistol.
Do it.
Oh, it's your
Your
style.
Palm Pilot.
Kill
Hey,
it.
turn to this guy. I bring my pistol out.
Say something
Cock
cool.
it, say, "You dusted." And I'm gonna roll.
Dodge this.
Roll for attack.
13 plus
I'm so
4,
nervous.
17.
17 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow more fucking brains out. Just watch. Right. 4 damage, baby.
Hell yeah.
I know the feeling.
Okay. So 4 damage.
Yeah, but like really good damage.
Oh, please just make it have like a really cool
So
scar.
as you fire, so as you reach out your hand, this pistol comes.
No, this one's just an actual pistol. This is like a
Oh, okay.
got a
So
holster.
you literally
for it.
you and then you just fire directly hitting him. This ball of lead flies forward and directly hits him in the shoulder, and you see it go through the leather into his shoulder, and then the blood starts trickling down his arm. As he tries to raise his short sword, he's having difficulty doing so in that moment. So his arm is kind of stuck, and it can only go halfway.
All right.
And then anything else you'd like to do, Jericho?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my Eldritch Cannon, and I'm going to target this dude.
But before you do that, I'll say, take care of the others. I'll handle this one.
I'll finish him.
Yeah, I want to finish.
Okay,
All right.
so as you go to,
I know you were
as
going to, but I'm just saying, this was before. This is why you want the other guy.
No, this one's
He wants the
mine.
XP.
Believe it or not, I figured that you actually got that one, but
He wants to. Oh, okay.
I want to.
So-
I thought it would have been the dice.
before the Eldritch Cannon shoots, okay, you hear from outside, and you can hear that coming from above where you're at right now in this moment in time.
Do you mean above, as in like outside that door that's supposedly over here?
You hear it almost echoing in the chamber.
Thomas?
So not above, oh, just echoing.
Thomas, is that you?
Thomas is hiding in the corner right now.
classic Thomas.
Thomas.
That is textbook
Thomas.
Thomas.
He's
It's
not
okay,
doing
Is it
much.
my turn? So it's my turn, right?
No, I
actually-
gotta still shoot my Eldritch Cannon.
Yeah.
I
So
actually told you
fire
shot
your
him.
something bad happened
Fire
to
your-
him.
Yeah.
Did you shoot him?
I shot
Shoot
my
him.
palm pistol, but I didn't get to shoot my Eldritch Cannon.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a bonus
Shoot your
action.
Eldritch Cannon. Yep.
All
shoot
right.
your Eldritch Cannon.
Eldritch Cannon. Shoot thy firstborn. Strong and 5 plus 4, so 9.
9 damage.
Yeah, 9 to hit.
It does not hit. So as you fire at this,
Ooh.
as you fire at this, the air flies forward towards him in this ball, and he sidesteps to the side as it goes past, brushing his cape a little bit, but nothing, no actual contact.
Yeah,
Say-
fuck up his cape.
I want to say, looks like its targeting mechanism got knocked loose in the last battle. I'll have to do some adjustments.
Can I make an intelligence
That's my
saving
turn.
throw? I believe him.
Carlo, it's your turn.
All right. So how much does Lox weigh?
Lux weighs not much.
He's like,
is-
what,
Don't grab him with
20
your
pounds?
hands, though.
Put him in the
I
bag
don't-
of
I don't ha-
holding.
I don't
he
have
weighs,
much of an
he weighs
option.
30. Lux weighs 35 pounds.
Put him in the
35
bag
pounds.
of holding.
So
No, he
I don't have that either. So
Well,
would
he can actually be in there for-
hey, shut up, Loki. It's not your turn. So Would be picking locks up be a bonus action or an action?
That would be so it's an action to pick him up
Okay.
that would have a bonus action.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Sorry, it's an action, but you would still have a
Action.
bonus action.
Okay. So, would that count as like movement then, as my action to pick him up? So that's 30 feet of movement. If I were to
It would
dash,
be one. You will be able to move. You'd still be able to move. Yeah.
okay, perfect. So I'm going to scoop him up, and I'll make a con saving throw. Is that right?
Yeah. You're gonna make a Constitution saving throw.
It's going to be 14.
One second. Yep. So it's a Constitution saving throw 12. So you are
Oof.
safe.
Whoa. All right. So as I scoop him up, I'm going to stick my tongue out at the giant there. And then I'm going to race off this little ledge here and then complete my movement, if possible, to get to about, I would say, this side of Jericho. And I would just scream, "Cover me!"
Are you
Okay.
carrying locks?
Yeah, I'm carrying locks at this point in time.
Okay.
Let me move him towards you. 1 second. So you have him in your he's with you then, right?
Yes, I would be holding on to him.
Okay, so gripped in his hands.
If it makes more sense, I would also drop the short bow to do this.
Right. So just so you know, Lox is still holding in his hands. He has the bag of withholding. And then he has
Bag of withholding. Ooh, an
Sounds like my
interesting
father.
item.
whatever. It's called.
Aha!
And then he also has the horn and the other. So he's with like a death grip, but he is like almost petrified as you are holding his body.
All right. That's all I can do.
All right. Next is going to be.
I'm running towards this exit.
Okay.
If that is an exit.
Next is going to be this Dro here. He is going to step forward. He sees Thomas standing by the door, and he's going to loosen an arrow.
Oh, Thomas!
No, please don't.
I
Better
thought he
him
was
than us.
hiding. How did he see him if he's hiding? Doesn't get a stealth
It's not-
check.
It's not that great.
Stealth
Thomas
check
is
Thomas.
hiding towards the door, but he's
That-
kind of cowering up against the
Okay.
wall.
Right.
So he
Cowering
shoots an
in plain
arrow.
sight.
Why? Don't.
And 1 second. Okay, that hits. And that is going to deal 7 points of damage. So that hits Thomas directly in the chest, pitting him back to the wall as he slides down, holding an arrow is in his right above his stomach, and he just kind of looks up, and his skin begins to come pale.
How many he has?
Thomas, stop rolling death saves. I'm gonna get you.
Next is going to be the other drow, who is up here. Seeing nobody around him because of the fog, he steps forward next to the other drow, looses an arrow towards Thomas. That also hits.
No, it doesn't. You're lying.
Flying forward, lunging into Thomas's stomach, right next to the other arrow. Blood trickles down. The paleness goes across his entire face, and you just hear, and then his head drops, and he is up against the wall.
Yeah, guys, let's not think of all the bad things
You
that have
shut
happened
your
today.
mouth.
Let's
Thomas
think
has
of
been Thomas has been red X'd.
Ukalo starts silently weeping.
At this point, the Fomorian takes another step down and begins to make a descent on these stairs. He comes into the underneath in his head. He's so tall that he can see on top of the as it pulls up. It is now eye level with him. The base box is on. Where did you go? And he takes his club and he swings down, cracking the barrier. Excuse me, the platform, the stone platform, cracking it in half. The stones fly up, the chains going with it, and then it comes flying down over the roof, and he frees his hands. The chains are incredibly loose at this point, and has free movement to move wherever.
Seems kind of ridiculous that he was in chains to begin with if he could have just broken himself out.
Maybe he's raging now or something.
More of an aesthetic chain.
Next is Danan.
Like when you see rappers wearing gold chains, you're not like, oh my god, they're imprisoned.
I mean, it's a different kind of prison.
Oh, cool. Get deep.
I mean, I have an answer for you, Loki, but I'm not going to give it to you. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna move, thinking that this one is just hiding and he's scared of me. I'm gonna move right here in front of the Fomorian.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Entangle.
Okay.
Second level.
Okay. So you're doing second level. Casting weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. The duration, these plants turn the ground into the area into difficult terrain. Creature in this area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On success, it frees itself. I don't know what it does at second level.
It doesn't change nothing. That was a mistake of mine.
Okay, yeah, it's just a first level conjuration, right? Yeah. Okay, so I need to make a what do you call it? A Constitution saving throw?
I think it's a strength.
Strength.
Cool.
And
which
what is your?
I feel like this guy's got a lot of strength.
So it's 14 that I have to beat, right?
Just to stop him, just a little bit.
It's 14 that I have to beat.
Yeah.
He rolled a 4 and has a +6. It's a 10, so he is entangled.
Oh my
These
god!
vines coming up, wrapping around his giant legs as he tries to free himself. He cannot.
I'm just gonna say, just take Lux out of here.
Let's get the fuck out.
Next is Loki.
All right.
Holding him.
And I'll just like finish this guy off. Say, why won't you die? And this is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Please.
Fuck. 5 damage.
Okay. So as you loosen your bow,
I rolled a 1 for the D8. Again,
so
I
as
said,
you loosen your bow, he takes his short sword, the end of it, and he again, as you pull the arrow back, he actually deflects the arrow, but it goes into his shoulder, the same shoulder that he was shot on. And he begins to kind of try again to lift up that same arm. So one short sword is down by his hand. The other that deflected it is deflected the arrow, but skimming the side that he was shot on, taking 5 points of damage. Next, or anything else? Sorry, Loki. Any other moves?
What's that?
You didn't have an advantage.
It
right?
didn't matter. It's on my damage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start moving, I think.
Try to escape and take Thomas.
Yeah. So I will.
Just push him like.
I'm gonna shift around him, I guess. Shoot, I kind of get right in the middle of their shots if I do this. I'm kind of out of special abilities. I'm out of all cool things. Yeah,
Do
I
you have
guess
chalk?
no.
Oh, never mind.
That's a ridiculous question.
Very Ukala question.
Wait.
When you
Do you
dig
have
Isaac,
Karen
No.
Bob.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna actually go here. So I'm still within the fog.
Okay,
And,
so you still.
Because I would open it up for opportunity attack if I move, right?
Actually, hold on. The fog moves with Danon.
It
So-
does.
It does. 1 second.
For how long? That's key.
forever.
Forever.
It might. No, it doesn't.
All right, then I guess I'll move right there at the edge.
Okay. All right. Now, Jericho, you are reminded of when you were entering in. The hornman told you that there was a sword. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That you said find the sword. When you guys were entering into, I mean, you didn't share knowledge with anybody or anything, but that's what he told you when he pulled you out of that vision of the two giant eyes were looking down at you. At that moment. Next, after Loki, is going to be the first Drew, which is this one here. So, for fun, he shoots another arrow at Thomas,
Oh God!
Oh,
hitting him directly in the forehead, pinning him back. And then he steps forward.
Did Thomas move at all? Did Thomas have an ear?
He steps forward into the fog.
If you were trying to make us feel bad to start with, it was working. Now it's just comedic.
I think it's just a flesh wound, guys. He's okay.
So he's-
cast cure wounds. Oh wait, I'm
What
out
if
of
he
spell
actually
slots.
no?
Steps into the fog. Next is the second Drow. So this one is going to move forward, ready to go. Steps into the fog. He sees Kala, who is 15 feet away, but has disadvantage because it's not within 10. Natural 1, so it looks like that's not going to hit. So the arrow goes flying by directly to the right, and you hear a ting ting on the ground. And then next is going
Wait, it was
to
a natural 1? There's a guy right behind him. All right, anyway, continue.
Well, it was a 3 and a 1 year old.
Right.
Next is going to be
It was a natural one. Yeah, it was not only Jericho's behind him, misses him too, and then hits his own guy.
Thanks. But yeah.
Next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
and Jericho.
All right. I'm gonna look over at my right with this struggling dude and go, "Really, Loki? I have to take care of this." And
No, I got this.
I'm gonna firebolt this guy.
He's almost done.
Okay.
Kill him.
If
All
this
right.
kills him. I
Or
swear.
kill
Roll for
Behind the pillar.
for
There's
attack.
the two other guys that's right next to us that
Yeah.
are those guys haven't been touched.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Can somebody wake up, Blocks? Wake him up.
7 plus. No, just 7.
Okay, 7 damage. Or 7. Sorry, that was to hit or
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
7 damage.
All right. So as your firebolt goes flying forward, it hits into his other arm that's holding the sword, and he drops the sword, and then his other arm is dangling there, and he looks over at you. He drops his sword, and then he reaches over for his short bow. As this is happening.
I say it. All right, that's it. Eldritch Cannon, I summon you to end this creature's miserable life. 17 to hit plus
It
4,
is.
so 21. Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. 2d8, 7, 4, 11.
Nice.
Force damage, and the dude gets pushed back 5 fucking feet.
So you see this giant burst of energy fly past your side, right through the side of Loki. And Loki, you actually kind of get turned a little bit as this energy kind of flies by you. Hits the as he's reaching for hits the Dro as he's reaching for his bow directly in the chest, knocking him back out of the fog onto his ass. So he is down on the ground right now.
Is he
And still
moving?
alive?
He's still alive.
Jeez.
We gotta get out of here.
All right, yep.
Yukalo, you are up next.
Wait, I didn't get a move
Oh,
yet.
sorry. My apologies, Jack. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm gonna make a mad dash. 1, 2. Well, not an actual dash, just a casual walk, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and also my little Eldritch Cannon. I want to move him my 15 feet.
Okay. Oh, you want me to move the cannon? Makes sense.
Yes, please.
Right here.
Yep.
And next, so you hear like this. You're pulling like this little rope that's like you hear ding 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 ding, ding as you're running towards the door.
Come on!
All
Next is Yukalo.
right. Um, Okay.
Relax,
Well-
Marion.
I yell behind me. I yell, Danon, as fast as you can, get out of here. And then I'm going to go fucking start dashing. And then as I'm running out of the fog, I'm going to say, and Loki, fucking leave it, mate. There's a time and a place. And I'm just going to dash off the map because 60 feet would be so.
So you get to the door, and the door is closed.
Oh, no.
Fine.
I like how you're just leaving Thomas's corpse there, too.
It's a giant stone door, and there's no crack in the middle. It's just a stone door. And you have
Fucking
Lots.
Thomas, he's blocking the door.
Wait.
No.
When we entered this, we fell, right? So it's above us?
We don't have no what?
you guys came through and were sucked in by green energy through an eye of a skull.
So I was
As-
under the
as-
impression that door was open when I
I
asked
was
about
also
it. It's the reason why I
same.
ran towards it.
That's
So
the
the
reason I
door
ran
is
towards it.
not open.
BK.
Nobody
wasn't
asked.
clear.
Nobody asked about the door.
Yes, we
I have an
did.
idea.
I have never heard anybody say, "Is the door open?" You just said, "Is there a door at the front?" That's all you
Oh,
asked.
you okay? Come on, man. Come on.
What do you? How am I supposed to tell you if it's open or if it's closed? It's
I have an idea.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
it's
I'm
a
sorry. I
door.
didn't look
Come
at
on,
the
come on.
door. I can't
The
tell
door
if
is-
this door is open or
To
closed.
be clear, Yukalo, the door is closed, but it doesn't mean it's locked or anything. It's just it's a closed door. You
Can I
can't
yell
tell if it's
something?
locked.
Can I yell something to him?
I'm just
Yeah.
barreling at this
Yeah.
door. Go ahead.
Ukalo, we came from up above. We heard a
Ignore that.
horn. Blow the horn.
Blow it hard.
As a bonus action, can I blow it as hard as I can? I just
Yeah,
stick it
we're
all the
blowing
way.
it right
I stick it
now.
all the way down there.
With
And I
advantage.
just-
Tom, hold on. I do want to take a step back really quick. If you feel slighted about the door, please tell me because literally
do.
nobody asked. The door was.
you'd
You
thi-
said
okay,
there's a
but,
door
like,
at the front.
Even
He-
passively perceptive, like we'd be able to tell if a door was open or closed. I feel
I-
like that's if it was locked, that would be one thing. If it's open or closed, that's another.
Wait, have you even checked to see if it was locked?
No, I'm just running straight at it because I assumed it was open because that's what we apparently half of us figured.
The only thing that was, and you guys can rewind the tape. The only thing that was asked of me was, "Is there a door at the
door.
front?"
Yeah, that's what.
And I
that's
said,
what
"Yes,
we
there is a
asked.
door
That's
at the
it.
front." That's all
Well,
I
then
said.
that's just lack of information.
There's a
what-
door. It's a
We didn't
closed
ask
door.
for-
It's
we
a
didn't
door.
ask for more
No, yeah.
information. It's true. We didn't.
It's a
Yeah,
closed. You asked, "Is there a door?" There is a door. Yes, there's a door. There is a door at the front. That is what was asked, and I said, "Yes, there is a door at the front."
Whether or not it was open or closed was not a question.
Specifically, but I feel like
I don't
that's a little
specific-
harsh.
Uh,
If we have to be so specific on every single okay, fine.
I think
Well,
if you
no,
said if
no.
it was like an entryway or an archway or in
Fine. For
you know,
the
something that
sake
was
of
less
for the sake of it, then using
Well,
my
to be
bonus
clear, all it was, "Is there a door?" There is a door, yes, and you go up to the door, and the door is closed. So I'm just asking, what are you doing? What like you're like? So that's the. So you reach the door, which you know there's a
Hold
door
on
there.
now. I do recall. I can't rewind the tape right now, obviously, but I do recall you saying there was light coming from the doorway.
Above.
Was
above.
that from up above?
Yes.
Above.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't fine. Whatever. I'm gonna-
Might be.
I'm gonna fucking blow the horn as I barrel down the door with locks
Blow
on
it
my
as
shoulder.
hard as
So it's a stone door.
We
Now
can
you hit
figure
all
this
you
out.
might.
We can figure it out in post what was said, and we can hold accountability for specifics if we really need to go that deep. But for now,
We
I would like to
don't.
run at the door, blowing the horn, carrying locks.
Very
If that
heroic.
is okay.
Blow the horn.
So
Okay.
like is Locke still holding on to it?
Something-
Yes, he
something-
is. I just so as his arm is dangling, I'm gonna like grab it with my mouth and just.
Just cover your mouth and blow it.
Yep. And make a Constitution saving throw because
All right, I will.
all the time.
That's a 9. You're welcome.
Oh my god. Okay, no constitution. You already did the constitution saving throw. It's 1 minute that you have immunity, so you're
that's
good.
awesome.
So you're good for the next minute. And as you blow the horn, woo, that's what it sounds like, not gargling balls. You run into the stone door, and it budges a little bit, and it gives. So it is moving, but not much. So you hit it, and it kind of bounces back, but you did get a little bit of a. You feel like if you push a little harder, you might.
My shoulder.
Where's your
So
Exclaim.
So that was your action and bonus action, correct? Or was
That
that
was all. That's
all the
that's
actions?
fine.
Okay, got it. All right. Next is going to be the third drow, which is 1, 2. So this one right here. So he sees the Eldritch Cannon that hit him, and he's on his ass, and he's going to stand up, and he's going to use his action to do that. And then next is going to be
Bitch.
next is going to be the Scared Drow, and this is going to be his third. This is his second. Sorry, his second, right? So he's done it twice. Okay, so he's still scared. He's going to keep hiding behind the rock. Oop. You guys can still see him, right? Okay. And then next is going to be the big guy, the Fomorian. So he is going to step down
Is he
in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is entangled. You're right. Hold on 1 second. Let me put a. So he's entangled right now. And he has to make a strength saving throw, right?
Yeah.
And has to beat a 14. And it does. So he rolls a 22. So he breaks away from the vines and he steps forward into the fog. And he looks down directly at you, Danan, as you are standing. To your left is half the broken, what do you call it? The broken counter or table or platform. That's the word I'm looking for. Half the broken platform, and to your right is the other half the broken platform, and you're standing directly in the middle of it as he looks down at you. And then that is going to be his turn, breaking away from the entanglement. And he's gripping his club. Next is going to be Danan.
So I'm going to Misty Step.
Yeah, nice.
He's right in front of me. Like right in front of me.
Yeah, he is literally. His feet are up to your face at this point.
They're trying to open the door, but I don't see any change. Right? They're opening the door and thing.
So you see right now, Yukalo trying to like ram the door with his shoulder, as you hear the boop, boop, boop.
Okay, I think that we're gonna die.
I'll be a little optimistic. I mean, I might not die.
I'm going to Misty Step. I want to kill this guy though.
We're budging the store over here.
I know we're trying to, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to Misty Step right here. I don't have any strength. Like it's super bad.
How far can you go with Misty Step?
I think I can go up to double. It's basically like a double.
Your face step is.
Sorry.
It's a Misty Step. It's different.
Wait, no, she has face step. She doesn't. She wouldn't
Face
have
step?
Misty step.
Face Step?
She has Fey Flight and Fey. Step. Once per short rest as a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Your face step gains an additional effect based on your current season.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here.
Sorry, I didn't see. Can you click on it again?
Here. That's the 30, right?
Okay. It's right next to the Eldritch Cannon.
That's 25. Yeah, there you go. 30.
30, and I'm going to
Fog follows.
the fog follows, and I'm going to firebolt just for the fun of it. This fella here.
Okay. Go for it. He's in the fog, so it's really hard to see him, but you do see the outline of him, so you roll with disadvantage. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. The fog follows you. 1 sec. So the fog shifts. Let's see where it lands. So he is still in the fog, but you can see you can see through the fog to the edge. So it wouldn't be with disadvantage. It would just be a normal attack.
So that's 18 plus 6, so I guess that I hit.
That hits.
That's a really cute 4.
Okay, 4 damage.
Yeah.
And what did you use to attack? I'm sorry.
I use Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay, so the flame goes flying through the fog, and you can see the fog parting as it hits its target, and it hits in the shoulder, knocking him back a little bit. Roll a d100.
Okay.
So beginning to feel trapped, you feel a little panicked.
I am super panic. So that's 10 plus. That's a 14.
Okay, 1 second. 14. Okay. You cast confusion centered on yourself.
Oh no.
Okay.
Next is Loki.
All right. Firing again at this motherfucker. This guy.
Okay.
While I'm on my way out. It is 23 to hit.
That hits.
And it's 9 damage.
Okay. And then that is the third. Nine damage. Okay. So he is right now, he was knocked back. He just stood up. And you hitting him again with your bow, hitting him in the knee. He drops down again.
In the knee?
He drops down again to the floor. And he is aiming his short bow in the direction of the fog where the arrow came from. Anything else, Loki, that you'd like to do?
No. I'll move forward, I guess.
You want to move? I start screaming in Sylvan.
Okay, so you reach right there. And then next is going to be the first drow, which is right here. So in the fog, he is going to loosen a bow at Danam. And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Is it with disadvantage?
Yeah, you're on. Well, so it was straight. No, it was straight. It was, you guys can see each other. So it was just a regular.
I thought it was 10 feet.
I gave it to her. So now I feel like, because I made it equal for her.
That's
okay.
fine.
Let's just roll with disadvantage. That's fine. So that's going to be 10 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Really use it.
flying past, it hits the leg of the Eldritch cannon, and
Damn it!
But it doesn't. It gets caught in the wheel. So as it's spinning, the arrow is just kind of spinning with the wheel. And then next is going to be. At this moment, you hear "do-do-do-do," and then Yukalo, you look up, and what do you do at this moment with the? Okay. So coming down from the ceiling. 1 second.
I
was
assume
a
Lox's
real
hand
trauma
is still
because
holding
Solar
on to the
Dream.
horn.
Coming down from the ceiling around each pillar, you see a group of grungs.
Nice.
I hope they're all rogues.
Nice.
Coming down.
Like, really, I want to cry.
The horn at this point, it kind of is. My jaw is going slack, and it kind of falls out, and so does Lox's hand. Just kind of.
It was with consent.
Simultaneously, all at once, all the grungs loose an arrow at this drow.
One?
The one that you've been trying to kill, Loki.
All of them are gonna fire 6 arrows.
Oh my god. I'm literally rolling fire right now, by the way. Absolute fire, except for one. Okay. All right. So all but one hit. And I'm just to make this simpler, I'm going to roll one die
Roll
for all of
for
them.
how much his innards spew across
1
the
second.
map.
Wait, why did they all fire at that one guy?
Because
So they all have a I gave them all a certain initiative, so they're all they're supposed never mind. Don't worry about it. So they all fire at the same time using their what do you call it? Using assassinate. And 7 arrows come flying. Well, 8 arrows come flying, and one misses. It's skimming on the ground. 7 find its target as it's on one knee, all jettisoning into this drow's chest, and he falls back, collapsing.
He
Dead.
says, "It's just a flesh wound."
Next is going to be Jericho.
They Boromir him.
Well, I don't know if to keep running because now we got all these grung guys now. Well, I'm gonna turn to this. Wait, do we move diagonally or is it not diagonal?
You can go which way you like.
All right. I'm gonna go right here. Oh no, I'm not. Fuck. All right, I think we're still running. So I'm gonna
make a perception check.
okay. Yeah, that's it. 17.
Okay,
Great.
so you can see you see Yukalo trying to slam the stone door open, and it is giving way a little bit. Maybe a few of you together can hit this and move it forward, or you look to the side where these grungs just came down, and you notice that there's ropes that are going up to the ceiling.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have my force ballista shoot at the door. Try to maybe force it open.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim clearly above the heads of people because it seems like a big door.
I'm going to have Yukalo roll a d6 for assistance as you're slamming into the door.
All right. Got a 19 plus 4.
23, and then Yukalo. What? Well, Jericho, you just rolled fire, and that's the ballistic. You're saying you're using your
Force
gun?
ballista, yeah.
Roll for damage, and then Yukalo roll a d4.
9 and
Okay.
6. So 11 damage.
11 damage plus 3, so 14 damage. Okay. The force hits the door, cracking the stone in the corner enough for you to crawl through one at a time. It looks like there's a big chunk that goes flying off of the door, and you can see some smoke kind of pouring through from the other side. Some fog kind of starts seeping into the chamber, different from Danan's fog.
So
But
many
you do-
fogs.
But you do see some.
It's
more of a
get
smoke.
used to that.
It's more
Yeah,
of
my focus kind of pink.
so the fog coming in is more of like a smoky type, like it's thick and smells of like sulfur.
Great. All right. Well, I'm gonna have my Force Ballista move onto me.
Okay. Is that the Eldritch Cannon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have my Eldritch Cannon move over to me, and I'm gonna pick him up. As far as like re-backpack him up, and move over to Ukalo. And if I can move through that hole, since Ukalo's just standing there, I don't know what he's doing. I'm gonna make my way out.
Making my way
All
outside.
right. So you crawl under and go through the hole, entering into an area. It's very hard to see right now. It's all filled with smoke, and you can see red flames far off in the distance. And you're breathing in this toxic fume. I'm going to have you make a constitution, or excuse me, hold on one second, actually. I'm going to have you make a constitution saving throw.
Oh, 5.
Okay. So you are going to take. Sorry.
I assume it's basically like when you hit a dab. You're just like, I was not expecting this.
How is it in there?
You're going to take 6 points of poison damage.
And this air is doing way more damage to me than those drow ever did. Sucker.
Just keep pressing on. We're almost out of here.
Wait, do we have to go forward, or-
Next is Yukala.
So this crack in the door. What am I looking at?
So the stone door that you're pushing up against and you're budging into, and you've been kind of hitting. And as you pushed and it gave a little bit, this force of energy came and hit the corner down by your feet to the right, blasting a hole the size of basically a person through to the other side, and then smoke started pouring through into the chamber that you're in from the other side of the door. And now you're standing up against the door with Locks over your shoulder, his hand falling down over your side. He has his bag in one hand, and then the which is tied, and he has his horn in the other, which is death gripped right now.
How far? So when Jericho went through this door, is he like? It's not like a tunnel, right? He like went.
No,
through
the thickness of the door is probably about, I would say, 2.5 feet.
1C, not 2.
All right. Guess. Shite. I look around back and forth for a moment. Did that one bloke, did he die? The one that they all shot?
This one, right?
Thomas?
No, not Thomas.
Oh, yeah, he is dead. He is dead, sorry.
I
The
should
other-
hope so.
This one, right?
Yeah,
The one.
he is dead.
I'm going to scurry under the door along with Locks and his sack horn. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you
And then
scurry
I'm going
underneath
to-
the door, go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. What do I need
You
to
can make
a
a
con
Dexter.
check?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually,
Dexter.
Constitution save there.
Natural 20.
All right. You take in this breath and you realize that it's very toxic, and you take your shirt and you kind of pull it up to make a little bit of a mask, and you're kind of the smoke kind of pours around you, but not
I
into
yell
your lungs.
behind me, mask up, and then I use dash, and I get as far the fuck away as I can from that door with Lux.
Okay, so as you push forward, you come to the edge and you see trees on fire, just lit up as high as you can see, giant redwoods, and next to you you see dandelions that are burning and mushrooms that are burning, and there's just a fire spread as far as you can see, and you're caught in the middle of this fire.
Yeah, that's the Feywild, right? I
Yeah,
burned it
likely.
up.
Is that the,
Okay.
Is that
So-
from when you burned everything?
I
Yeah,
guess.
most likely. So what? It's just fire and smoke, and then this doorway. So, okay, then I look behind me. What is this doorway positioned in? Is it in kind of a mountain or something? If I'm looking at a forest with mushrooms and trees and whatnot, if I turn around, do I see this shattered doorway leading into a cave, or is it like what?
So you see this giant stone door that is built into the side of a giant redwood, and you look at the top, and the top of this tree is on fire, falling down to the ground, and you see the doorway is built into a giant redwood.
Okay, so everything is on fire around us.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Honestly, better. I'd rather be out here than in there.
Better than a
Oh,
Fomorian,
yeah.
right?
You
The
can let them
king.
take care of it.
But now we need to help more friends.
Oh, they can scurry out of here.
Yeah, they seem strong. I
Have
I will
we?
douse myself in the rest of my water skin.
Okay. And anything else? I think that's all your turn, right, Yukala?
Yeah, that would be it, to get from there to under the doorway and then empty my water on top of myself and locks.
Okay. So 3 is going to be 1, 2. So this one is this is the third time he's scared, correct? I think I
It's
put
the
a dot
master
for
one.
yeah. Okay, so this is his last turn. So he's going to back up, seeing this grung inside the opportunity of attack. That is going to hit, and
grung?
that is going to do So he's going to get an opportunity of attack from the grung because he was right next to him, and he backs up in fear, and that hits, and he is going to take. Sorry, 1 second. Where's my? There it is. 7 points of damage. No, the grung doesn't get hit. The grung hits him. So he gets an opportunity to attack because he backed away from the grung.
Okay.
All right. Next is going to be the 4th drow. So we have. He's going to step into he's going to fire an arrow at this grung. That is going to miss. And then next is going to be the big Fomorian. So he is going to step forward. As he does, he goes over to the side, takes out his club.
No.
Misses once, and then a 9 plus, so it's 15 to hit. Sorry, 1 second. I'm getting the stats for that hits.
Ow.
And where is the damage? Great club. Plus 9 to hit. Oh, Jesus. Plus 9 to hit. They both hit. Okay. And that deals 38 points of damage to the grung, knocking him back up against the wall, but still alive, barely breathing as blood spills out. And it seems a little bit squished. So half his body is caved in, but he still has movement over his hands, but he's up against the wall, bleeding out essentially at this particular moment in time. Next is going to be Loki. Or excuse me, Danan. Apologies, Danan.
I'm confused, right?
You're confused. So you're in a cloud of fog right now. You see all your friends rushing forward, and you're just kind of staring about.
Well, what does confusion do? Do you have to do a saving throw?
Let me see here real quick.
I think I do. I think it's a Constitution.
Spell so like illusions are provoking control action. Each creature for experience. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yep. And you just had to beat a 10.
Natural 1.
Oh shit. So yeah, you are still very confused, just kind of
Yeah.
looking around at this point in time.
Okay.
Loki, what are you doing?
So this is what confusion is. It says an affected target can't take reactions. It must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. So if she rolls a d10, then she has to, I guess, do whatever it says.
So the compendium that I'm looking at here.
It's okay if I
One
die.
second. No, 1 second.
Natural 1 is not great.
No, not great. I know. That's why I'm like, what?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. When you click on the quick answer is different than when you actually click on the full detailed page. So you rolled a 1. So the creature uses all of its movement to move in a random direction.
She rolled a 1 with a d20 though.
I did 20.
Oh, okay. Roll a d10. Roll a d10.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No. Josh is right. So there's two. When you just do a quick Google search, it gives a different answer. But when you actually click on the compendium, it gives a different answer. Let's get it right.
That's a 5.
So between a 5, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. So you. So yeah. So you are looking around, scared, and well, not necessarily scared, but looking around confused.
I think that I'm like in slow motion, just seeing.
Yeah, I kind of like the Patriot. Like the Patriot when he gets knocked over and he's carrying the flag and he stands up and he's looking around the battlefield. That's you right now.
People getting rocked around him.
Yeah, as people are getting rocked. Next is Loki.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't know the Gronks. The Gronks are here, so I'm just like, what I get hit.
So I'm gonna run to the. Wait. So if we look outside the door, what is there?
So from your point of view, you just see smoke pouring in from the crack. Are you going under, looking, and out?
I guess I'm gonna try and like hold my breath and look out from the crack to see if there's anything, like any direction to even go.
So I mean, as you look under, I mean, both. So at this point, Yukalo and Jericho went under the crack, and you get on your knees and look through. As you do, you just see a blanket of smoke pouring in. It's really thick, and you can see reddish flames far off in the distance, but they're so faint from your point of view that you can't really make out what it is.
So I'll be like, "Oh hell no!" And I will. Can I see? So I know the fog, but I don't know how tall it is.
Fog is 15 feet high.
15 feet high?
Yeah, that you're in. That's in the building with Danan.
Can I see the Fomorian in here?
You can certainly see a shadow of the Fomorian outside the fog.
Okay.
But not directly because it's thick where you're at. You have to see through the whole thing.
I guess I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow at the Fomorian.
Classic.
Okay, with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I miss.
What was it?
I did a 17 and a 2.
Okay, yeah, you missed.
But even that, it's like with
So you just pull back an arrow and
it was essentially a 10. Is my low.
okay, closer than you may think.
Yeah.
So the arrow goes flying through the smoke, and you just see it disappear, and you have no idea if it's struck or not. Next, anything else that you want to do, Loki?
I'll look over at Thomas, and I'll be like, "Poor bastard," and then I'll run back to Danan to get her.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So as you do, the drow steps forward, holding both of his swords, and he's going to come down at Danan with. Well, I guess it's just a normal attack, right? 'Cause it's 18 to hit,
It does.
and then a 12 to hit.
It doesn't.
Okay. The first attack hits, and so one sword comes down, aiming directly down at your leg, and it's going to deal. 1 second. It's going to deal 6 points of damage. And then the other sword comes flying through the smoke, and just as you run up, Loki, his attention is more towards you, missing with the second stroke as you reach Danan.
Mm-hmm.
And then next.
I have a reaction. 1 second,
Okay,
please.
go ahead.
You can't use a reaction while you're confused.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing happens. Bonk.
Okay.
Huh?
Next is going to be the Grung, who is up against the wall. He is going to stand up to the best of his abilities with his body mangled, and he stands up and he takes his bow. 1 second here. I can find my. What the hell is it? Sorry. Takes his short bow, and he is going to shoot at the Fomorian.
Get him.
And it hits, and he's going to deal. So the arrow flies forward. The Fomorian standing there with his club, looking down, and it's going to deal 5 damage to the Fomorian. Next is going to be the group of Grungs, the 7 that are still standing. Each are going to fire their shot at the Fomorian.
Yes.
Hits. Doesn't hit. Natural 20.
Way to go, Grungs.
6 hit, and one's a natural 20. So 1 second. So that is going to be 48 points of damage. So they loosen their arrows, and 7 arrows go flying, hitting mostly in the lower half, and then 1 arrow sneaks through, hitting him right in the neck, going right through and jettisoning out the backside. So it's stuck, and the back is hanging, or the tip is hanging out the back of his neck. The rest is in completely inside of his neck. And it deals, it was 48 points of damage.
He is one of a kind.
Because
He is
he
one of
would
a
have
kind.
done 48 points of damage on his own.
He is one of a kind.
And then next is going to be Jericho. So you're outside right now, Jericho, in the flames. So here, let me clean up the map here real quick. So outside, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but so you are outside.
Is this I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you, but when it
Yeah.
comes to being outside, am I gonna have to take a Constitution saving throw every single?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Every well, I mean, I don't need to tell you that I'm going to every 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So that's fine. Well, I'm kind of regretting coming out here because 48 points of damage is quite a bit on that guy, and I think we might be able to take him, but I think I made the right decision. So I'm outside. I'm gonna lean into the hole and can I see anything going on in there?
The smoke is pouring through. You see the fog that is. You can see shadows in the fog, but that's about it. You're not sure who or what's going on. When you lean through, you look to the left, and you can see some of the grungs along the side. They're in their pose after just losing an arrow, and that's all you're seeing at this moment.
All right. Danan, Loki, I'm calling out to you. Are you guys coming?
Wait, can we hear them?
I'm confused.
His head's reaching
Stop.
back in, and he's shouting out at you guys.
There's something wrong with the nun. She's not moving.
All right. I want to take out my grappling hook.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I'm throwing you a rope. Grab on. So I'm gonna shoot it towards their feet, towards the center of the fog.
Okay. Roll with disadvantage.
Oof. 2.
2? Okay.
I don't know if I add anything to it, but 2.
Just like
1 second.
Quick, tie it around your waist. Fucking.
So
Throws the gun instead.
It's not a 1. Come on.
So this grappling hook comes flying out, and it hits Loki in the side, and it bounces off.
I thought that was supposed to be I thought there was supposed to be like a problem with rolling a 2, not an advantage.
It hits Loki,
just kidding.
but then it's a little bit off target here, connected to you.
Wait, that's
So-
suggesting that I couldn't catch it.
You didn't see it coming, so it just hits you, and then it bounces off.
I'm helping.
And
Sounds
then
like it.
anything
Sounds
else?
like it
Jericho?
worked. Grab on.
Anything else, Jericho?
Well, I'm gonna basically just be poised because it has like a reeling in ability, right? That's how
Okay.
grappling hooks work. So
Yeah.
I wanna
Wait
I
for
wanna just be ready when I feel a tug on it to start reeling it in.
Okay. Yukalo, you are standing at the base of a tree looking over your shoulder to see the tree with the stone door built in it. And the fire is probably about a good 60 feet high above the actual door itself. Mostly that tree is pretty well intact, minus the top of it burning. And you're standing in the center of a bunch of shrubbery that is on fire and burning at this moment. What would you like to do as you're holding locks? And you're doused in fire, or doused in water, so you're not really feeling the heat too much.
Yeah. I'm going to rest locks against the stone door for a moment, and I'm going to brace myself against Jericho and get ready to pull.
Okay. All right.
what pole?
Like
Oh,
So-
yank.
In this little moment, I also want to share with Ukalo the fact that the man in the mask said that if we get a sword, he will appear to us. And I also want to say, like, I don't know, this may be a time when he might be better improve our situation than what we're in now. And I know that the only sword that we've come across is right now in Lux's bag.
Ah, Than, that
Thandul.
bastard. Yes.
that
Yes.
name?
Than. Yes, I call him Than.
Ah, I didn't realize you guys were close.
We are. If it's not too much trouble, I kind of awkwardly unrestrain myself from Jericho from the pull position. I'm just gonna grab the sack, and I guess
Oh yeah.
stick my hand down on in there.
Uh,
Now you're grabbing his sack.
as you open the bag and you
He's unconscious. It's okay.
open the sack,
He's
you hear oh, that feels good. Stretch it out. Oh, yep, stretch it out. Stretch. Oh, you pull out the sword.
I recoil for just a moment before plunging my hand back in.
Oh God, I regret having this.
And you finally grab out the. Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna bite. Oh man, feels so good. It was getting real stuffy in there. What the hell is going on over here? Why is there so much fire? You guys cooking?
It's talking to me.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you look like a pretty nice young chap. Did you ever wield a sword before?
If you know what I mean.
I think you could do it. I feel like you have what it takes to make a couple daring slashes and whips and then move me around. I promise.
I just start slashing it then. As soon as you said slash.
So Yukalo, just so you know, so the sword has both a personality and a conscience, obviously.
Great.
And it can speak telepathically to any creature in a 30-foot radius. So you're only hearing this in your head as you're flicking around.
Oh, fantastic.
It longs to be reunited with its former master. So when he was getting put in the bag, you guys did hear that when he was around that cavern, him being like, help me. You guys all did hear that out loud. When wielding it, you gain +2 bonus to your attack and damage rolls made with the magical weapon. When you hit a fiend or an undead with it, the creature takes an extra 2d10 radiant damage. While you hold the drawn sword, it creates an aura in a 10-foot radius around you. You and all creatures friendly to you in the aura have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. If you have 17 or more levels in the Paladin class, the radius of their aura increases to 30 feet.
Fantastic. I attack the door.
Okay. So you're going to hit the door.
Yeah.
All right, roll for attack.
Why?
What do I add?
You're getting your regular proficiency for a longsword, and then you get +2.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So you get +2 to your roll, plus whatever your regular proficiency is on a longsword, and then you get also
for the
+2.
door. I'm going to say I rolled a 17, so plus whatever plus my
Right,
hit
so it
dice.
hits. It hits.
Yeah,
Yeah, it hits.
I
And
hit
then
the
roll
door.
for damage.
Okay. It's gonna be D8. Nice. 12.
12. Okay. So you
plus
crack the
bonuses,
door and you are
plus
aiming for. Sorry, what'd you say?
You said plus bonus plus
2.
were there celestial? No, I'm sorry. What was it? What'd you say?
So
about the bonus?
it's going to be like a force. As soon as you hit it, energy blasts off the sword.
Gotcha.
So your normal attack was what?
I'm sorry.
Your normal damage that you dealt with it.
12 total.
12 total plus the 2.
Plus 2 would be 14.
Right. Okay. So 14. So as you smash this door, which already took a lot of damage previously and is weakened, the sword hits, and then this jettisoning force pushes the door, cracking it in half in the middle, falling down to the ground. And now you are standing in this giant doorway, standing on top of rubble as Locke's, luckily it didn't collapse on top of him, is to the right of you, and Jericho laying to the left of you, kind of looking up at you in this moment as the door shatters to the ground, crumbling.
Jesus, do you ever think? You just opened the door. He's going to be able to follow us now.
I'm sorry. I'm
No, but
sorry.
kill him first.
And anything else, Yukala, that you'd like to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay, as you do that, the sword is like, oh man, it's been years. It felt so good to hit something. Can you do it again? Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Please do it again.
Don't do it.
And then
Do
next,
I feel like? Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna ask, like, do I feel like a wellspring of like power coming from
You
the sword?
I mean, you feel like the sword has like this, like when you hit that door, like a normal sword, and it gave that extra oomph. You felt like this surge of energy kind of flow through you, and you're like, woo, like you had a Red
And
Bull,
I
like
snap
five
back
hour.
at Jericho and I say, "There's a time for thinking and there's a time for action." Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't me.
Okay, at this moment, the Dro inside. One moment. That up against. Oh, sorry, it's this one. Is going to step in to the fog. Actually, no. My apologies. What would he do? He would shoot an arrow at this grung, and that's going to miss. So he shoots the arrow at the grung. The arrow goes flying past, hitting the back wall, and then ding ding ding, going about. Next, going to be intro, which is in the fog, and actually, no, it's this one. This one is no longer scared. He is going to come over, and he's going to try to hit this grung with his short sword. That hits. That does not hit. This grung takes 6 points of damage. So coming down on top of the grung, as he tries to deflect it with the bottom of his arrow, with bow rather, the sword comes down slashing at his arm. And then next is going to be the Fomorian. So the Fomorian moves over, standing over the grung that's pinned up against the wall. He comes down with his great club. And as he comes down, all you see is club and then this green liquid at the bottom spilling out on the ground. And then he picks up the club and you see body parts flying into the air. Dead. And he turns around looking at the next grung. Next is going to be Danan. Roll a d10.
Plus anything?
Just a d10.
It's just like that?
Mm-hmm.
I roll a 1.
You run in a direction. You have to roll a d4.
You roll the creature uses all the moves run in a random direction to determine the direction. Roll a d8 and assign a direction to each die face. So 1 and 2 will be north. 3 and 4 will be east. 5 and 6 will be towards the door, and 7 and 8 will be west.
Why wouldn't you just do
D4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is all the directions around her. So you just start 1 at the top, and then you go around.
Because you could do it either way.
You can
Yeah,
actually
that's
roll
actually
a-
making it a less likelihood that she'll have a good result.
Oh, wow. It's going to be something.
What in my way is less likely to have a good result, or
No, your way is more likely to have a good result.
Yeah.
25% likelihood as opposed to a, 16%?
That's 7.
Okay, so you are going to move towards the west. So you're going to move towards the grungs, the 2 grungs that are in the corner. And it was how many feet? It was your full movement, right? So 30 feet. So you move
35.
35 feet.
There are worse directions to move.
35 towards these grungs. And then this is going to move with you.
I'm just going to be screaming and saying,
You're not scared, you're confused, just so you're, but yeah, I guess you however you want to.
yeah.
So
Huh?
Yeah, me. I just feel
Wait,
like I
you-
just got naked.
No, you.
Yeah.
You.
But as the fog moves with Danan to the west, you're standing there, Loki, and you see the grappling hook that's to the right.
He was grabbing me.
Right, but you pulled away and ran off. So to the right, Loki, you're noticing the grappling hook, but standing directly in front of you is a Drow assassin who's staring directly into your eyes. Danan, you enter into the fog. The fog goes with you, and you see a grung to your left, and it's just
I said, friend. That's all I said.
friend. And then next is going to be Loki.
So I hate to suggest it, but I have to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's 11:30, and I don't know how long this battle's gonna go.
Give us one more round.
Okay. Then I'm going to fire an arrow
Kill him.
at the closest one to me.
Just
A 17 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
8 damage.
Okay. So the 8 damage. So as you draw your bow, the bow goes directly, the arrow goes directly into his chest, knocking him down to both his knees. He tries to pull the arrow out, but his strength is failing him as he's looking up at you, trying to pull the arrow out.
All right, and I'm gonna.
Any extra movement?
Well, I can move. So I'm gonna go 1, 2.
You don't have to come with and get me.
In there. All done.
All right. Next is going to be the other drow who is not dead. He is here. So again, he's going to take a shot at the misses, and then next we are going to go to all the grungs. Okay, so all the grungs pull their arrows back, and they fire again at the what do you call it? At the Fomorian. 1 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits, natural 20.
Nice.
5 hits, miss. So 5 hits. So that is 30, and then an extra 6. So 36 points of damage.
To the Fomorian?
Yep, to the Fomorian. So all these arrows go flying in, hitting the Fomorian in the back and a couple in the front. And you could just littered with 10, 20 arrows at this point. And he's trying to swat them around, and he almost stumbles forward. And you can see blood kind of pouring out of his back at this point. And then next is going to be Jericho.
How bad is this dude looking?
He's looking pretty befuddled at this moment.
Befuddled or like on the verge?
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty bad, and you can see that you can see panic kind of setting in on his face.
Oh man. I'm gonna yell. Well, I guess. Am I on my back right now? Like what
You're
happened?
laying on your stomach, and you're looking over the rubble at this point, and you can now see inside clearly. And
thanks for that.
The fog is to the left, so you have a straight shot, and you can see the Fomorian.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stand up and reel my grappling hook in, and say, I think we got a real chance at killing this fucker. And that's my turn.
Next is going to be Yukala.
Wait, are you like holding an action or like an attack or something?
No, I was on the ground.
Oh, all right.
He stood up and then he pulled on his grappling hook.
You
I
use
guess
one
breathing a little heavily after cleaving this doorway, this stone
roll
doorway into.
20 to see
I'm
if
gonna
Yes,
look down
again,
at the
thanks for
sword.
that.
it would be that.
I'm gonna look down at the sword for a moment, and then look back up at the drow, whatever that thing is there. I don't.
So
this
as
point-
you look at the sword and then to the drow, the sword. Oh, don't be a pussy. You can do it. Go get him.
I like it, and I run at him. I sprint at him, and I charge, and I aim for his midsection with everything I've got.
Shit,
Okay.
that's what Ukalo needs. Just a little nudge.
All right. So roll for
No
attack.
fucks given.
That's gonna be 17.
17 hits.
All right, so it's and as a bonus action, if it's okay, I know shucks, it would be retroactive, but I would have liked to also have cast Planar Warrior to give myself an extra D8.
Okay.
Is okay. That's going to be a total of plus. So you say it's +2 radiant damage, +6 plus 22 damage total.
So as you come through with the sword, this
All four.
blast of energy radiates off of the sword, searing through the drow, cutting him in half as the top half falls down to the ground dead.
Yes, nice job.
I twirl the sword and flick the blood off, and
Whoa.
I just look at the next one and I grin.
You're right here, right?
Um,
I have to move you back. Yeah, I have to move you back at the on the map. Sorry. 1 second.
so it'd be right like here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then let me put you back on the map as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There we go.
I live.
Okay. And then anything else that you would like to do, Yukalo?
I just grin menacingly at the remaining drow.
And the sword speaks out to you. See, I told you when you're not a pussy, you can do it. Good job, mate.
I
And
draw
then-
the sword.
Next is going to be the drow that is up here. He's going to take a swing and misses. And then he's going to take another swing. 2 and a 3. Wow, unbelievable. Takes a swing at the grung and misses both swings. And then next is going to be the Fomorian. The Fomorian is going to turn and he's going to head towards the next grung. And he's going to swing down. That is going to be a 15 to hit. Does it hit? It does. And then the second hit
Oh.
hits as well. And that is going to be 38 points of damage. So same thing. This
Smashed.
grung, this grung is smashed down onto the ground. Both of its legs are pinned underneath, and half its body is pinned underneath this club, as the other half is just wiggling in so much agony and pain, and just trying to get free. And then as the club lifts off, you can just see half the body smashed, and the other is just completely just normal, but he's completely in a ton of pain. And then next is going to be Danan. And this will be the last round for the night, folks.
Actually, so Danan was supposed to roll a d20 also to see if she no longer had confusion after her last roll,
Yeah, but I didn't.
her last turn.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Fuck.
She struck herself in confusion.
That's 19.
You are no longer confused.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, yay! Now
Um.
you have reactions and everything.
Yay.
So you suddenly come to, and standing next to you is Loki, like trying to get you out of there. And next to you on the other side is a grung, and you're just kind of what's going on. You kind of center yourself and realize, okay, where you're at in this moment.
Do I see what this motherfucker
Has done.
As you turn, you see the Fomorian standing over. You see the shadow of what you believe is the Fomorian through your fog. It's hard for you to see, but now that you're angry and coming to, the fog is actually going to dissipate and be no more.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so the fog is now gone.
So I'm gonna move my full movement, so 35. I think it's here.
Okay. Right
And I'm
here.
within range. And I'm going to... Shit. I don't have that. I'm gonna try to entangle him again. I suppose he is not looking at me.
Right, so you have advantage.
So I do... no, you have disadvantage.
Right. You would have advantage, he would have disadvantage. Sorry for...
Yeah.
You rolled a 15 and a 17.
So he passed.
So he passed, but he's in difficult terrain.
Okay. So these vines come up, sprouting around his legs. As he tries to maneuver, he does break the vines as they were trying to take hold. But now he's standing in a pile, and it's very difficult for him to move around.
And I am extremely angry.
Okay. Fair enough. So you are fuming right now. Roll a D100 because of your emotions.
That's an actual 100.
Oh boy, you regain all expended sorcery points.
Oh shit!
You only used one before.
Yeah, I know, but still.
That it wasn't something negative.
Yeah.
That helps.
And I'm going to... I don't have any extra, but I recover everything.
Next is going to be Loki.
All right. No, Danon, what are you doing? But I'm gonna fire at the Fomorian as well.
Okay.
And it's a dirty 20 to hit.
I get all my sorcery
points.
points, right? I don't get any health.
Just your sorcery points. That hits, Josh.
Wow. 5 damage.
Okay, so an arrow, as he's not looking, comes flying through, landing in the back of his neck. You can see him wince in pain as it hits. A little bit shocking to you, seeing as you didn't assume you didn't feel like one arrow would do that type or have that type of effect on the Fomorian. Anything else that you would like to do?
He's hurt. Let's kill him.
No, nothing else actually at the moment.
Ah!
Okay, so then the drow that is right here is going to come forward towards you, Danon, and he is going to swing with his sword.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Okay. I'm dead.
It's going to be 18 points of damage.
18? Yes, I'm dead.
You're
down.
down. You're down.
Yeah.
Not dead, down. Correct?
Well, what? It's 18.
Correct.
Correct.
It's got to be double your HP.
Yeah, it's be
to
double your
actually
HP in order to actually
Yeah, I
kill
just
you.
need to roll for that saves.
Okay, so you're down right now. So we're going to give you
I'm
a
just like,
little...
motherfucker, I hate you.
So as you're screaming and your entanglements come, he comes swinging through with his swords and then hitting your leg and then hitting your other leg, dropping you to the ground. As you fall back, the pain kind of singes into your head. Everything kind of goes gray. Next is going to be the grungs. So the grungs all together again unleash their arrows, and the one sitting on the ground pulls up all the strength he can, lifting his bow.
Whose internet is it?
Is it mine?
There, you're better.
Okay. So all the grungs together lift up their bows, and the one that's on the ground, half pinched, with all his strength, they pull, unleashing their arrows. One hits. Natural 20.
Avenge me.
Well fought, Grung.
2 hits. 3 hits. 2 natural 20s. So 4 hits, 2 natural 20s. So 4 hits. So 6, 12, 18, 24. And then 2 more, 36. So 36 points of damage towards the Fomorian. In a fit of rage and the tough terrain, the Fomorian trips and falls down to a pillar, knocking the pillar over, crumbling down to the ground. As he does so, the other pillar he hits with his shoulder, knocking it on the ground. It actually lands on top of its legs, dealing another 11 points of damage, and he screams in pain. But he's on the ground, and there is a pillar on top of his legs, and he's sitting there holding his club, trying to get up, but he is stuck. And then next is going to be, after the grungs, it's going to be Jericho.
Yeah, boy. All right. I'm going to run over about here, and I want to unleash, as I'm running, my Eldritch Cannon. Slide him out right there, Sam.
Okay, so we'll just say it's there for the sake of time.
Have the Eldritch Cannon target this dude.
Okay.
Kill him.
Right. And away we go.
Mine.
19 to hit.
Hits.
Perfect. Right. And 1 and 8, 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. So as you unleash your Eldritch Cannon, the force hits him, knocking him back about 10 feet. He skids on the ground, still holding his balance. And you can see that he's starting to wince in pain. His eye is actually starting to swell from the force of the blow.
All right. Well, I'm going to take out my little firebolt thing, and I'm going to shoot him as well, because that was a bonus action.
Oh, I just lost you, Kala.
Oh, we good. Hola, Julio.
Oh,
There we go.
Sorry, Kala. Didn't mean to do that.
All right. 15 to hit.
15 to hit. Okay. Oh, did we lose the map?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because hold on one sec.
15 hits.
There we
All
go.
right. Perfect.
Screen shared.
And 5 damage, baby.
5 damage. All right. So as the bullet comes flying through, hitting him in the shoulder as he's sliding back, and knocks him, twisting him. Now he's facing the other way, the wall, holding onto his shoulder that is bleeding. And next is going, or anything else that you would like to do?
Hurl a sling of insults, and that's it.
Okay. All right. And then after this is the last move of the night, folks. It's going to be Yukalo.
All right. Precipitating
Better make us proud.
this sword's energy, I say to it, you want more? The motto of my clan is blood for blood. Let's get you wet. And I charge this remaining drow.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Get it so wet.
It's going to be
You actually.
21 to hit.
It hits.
I think that hits.
And then
It's wet.
You're gonna cleft him in twain.
It's going to be 18 force damage.
Okay. So 18 force damage. So as the sword comes flying through, you catch him right underneath the neck, and then the force pushes the head forward. The body falls down to the ground, and then the head rolls towards the other column as he falls down dead. Next to him is Danan, who is on the ground. Next to the decapitated body is Danan on the ground.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, no.
Do we want to end here, or we are very close to the end? I will.
That's a good spot.
do- That's
I think
safe.
that's.
That's
I think
probably
that-
There's only the one guy up here left,
There's one.
and this guy's already currently pinned.
for the Fomorian, and then there's still whatever we have to do to get out of here. I think that it might make sense to start.
Let me do a death save.
Okay, do your death save.
Okay. 15.
Okay, that's one save. Loki, if you want to take your turn.
I don't. I gotta wait.
All right, we can end.
It's late. And he-
All right, so we're gonna start with Loki.
okay.
Damn it!
We're
I mean-
going to kill him.
I feel like we can just one more round.
Okay.
One more round.
No,
We're about to break 4 hours.
yeah,
One
I've
more
lost
round?
track,
Let's kill
I
him
can't.
more than this.
This is
Just go, Loki. Go. We'll go quick. Speed round.
Speed round.
speed round.
25 to hit.
You're aiming for the Fomorian.
Yep. 12
Okay.
damage.
All right. How do you want to do this for the Fomorian?
Yes.
He had 8 points of health left.
Well,
Okay.
Loki's finally killing something.
So I do it walking forward toward him
Okay.
like that. Or like that.
Standing next to my dead body.
And next to Danan, who's now down, unconscious, and I'm there to protect her, and I fire the last shot into the Fomorian's eye.
So as the Fomorian sits up, he's trying to push off this the column that fell on top of him. He looks up, and all of a sudden, an arrow right through his eye as he falls back. As that happens, his body begins to dissipate and melt into the ground. And as this happens, you see the sizzling gold shimmer coming from his skull. And it begins to float up in the air, and you see twirling is a golden sword.
There's another sword.
I told you there were more than one sword in this land.
And
Well, they're two brothers, so they might have one sword each.
then next, anything else, Loki? We're gonna.
No. I'm gonna turn and look at the other guy that was frightened for this whole time and just be like,
This one?
and just say to him, like, turning sternly and be like, "You're next."
So roll for. Well, he's frightened. Okay, so he's frightened. He's running away at this point. Invokes an opportunity of attack, and he's running for. The stairs.
Where is he going? Stairs?
Every grung.
Every single grung.
Yeah, and at this point, it is the grung's turn, and all the grungs pull back their arrow as he's climbing the stairs. 1 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits. That one does
I
not.
think it's gone.
So that's going to be 30 points of damage coming from the air. All these arrows landing in the back of this this drow as he falls forward, pinned to the ground, dead.
All right.
We did it.
Woo.
With that, everybody takes a sigh
This one.
Everybody takes a sigh of relief, and you feel this energy kind of come about you, and everybody, you are now level 5.
Nice.
Well,
Wait a
What a
second.
rush. That is if Danon survives.
Right. Well, if anybody has any healing spells, that probably helps.
Yeah,
But
I'll
yeah,
go
everybody
run
but
over and
Danon right now. is
Cure
level 5.
wounds.
Okay. So Danon uses Cure Wounds on you. The remaining grungs center in on you guys, and that is where we will end tonight's session. And thank you all for watching, and until next week, we'll see you then.
Wait. hold on. Jericho,
Oh,
8?
what?
Yay!
Wait, Jericho, you have healing?
Yeah, but I got like it's like a big syringe that I just
Oh.
inject into people.
And on that note, that's where we're going to end.
Go.
It was-